Alright, pretty much ready to start. Let me just get the graphics displaying on the screen. For once, ramen noodles hit the spot. For once. Alright. Pharaoh, I'm just gonna put out, like, tweets and everything, and then other than that, we're ready to go. Hey, Zed, could you talk into the mic real quick?
Sure, what's up?
Sounds a little low.
Try now.
Hey.
Whoa!
Hello.
Hello!
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Dash of Week, I believe your package did, yes. In fact, I should actually put that in the intro. Oops.
Who's Jerome? Is that your boyfriend?
Yep. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Who is?
Nothing.
Oh. There we go. Oh, yeah, bend it. Oh, yeah. Oh, get your paws all over it.
Oh, you love that, don't you?
Oh, I
It's
love
not supposed to bend.
Alright, push notification and then we're...
If it bends, it'll break.
There's a bone in there. Pharaoh. This is gonna be a mess. Here we go.
And we're all sober.
The worst part. Until next week.
Alright, I'm going to
That is
mute
true.
that. So that's all taken care of. Let me just do a quick volume check on a couple things. That's not a video. This is a video. Here we go.
Texas is pushing a proposed law.
What is it with these, like, videos that all the audio comes out of one channel? Like, there's so many TV news stations that have been putting out videos lately where it's one channel. It's driving me crazy. All right, so if I sum that to mono.
Hey, all you people.
Hey, all you people.
Hey, all you people.
They do that. In Alabama, judges have decided that they don't
Okay, cool. So there we go. That problem is solved. Oh, man.
Hey, I have a random question.
What?
How are you getting to MCFC?
Pharaoh.
Oh. Okay. You want to go in the party van?
I don't know.
Are you
Do
actually
I?
taking that?
If I fix it in time, I'm taking it.
What needs to be fixed on it?
Just
check
the
engine light.
check engine lights on.
Well, is there like every code ever being
No,
reported?
no. The motor's just running lean. And I'm
Oh,
pretty
okay.
sure it's just a vacuum leak that I just need to find.
There's
Oh,
a
really?
small
You have one of
fire.
those too? I had to deal with it.
Woohoo! When you have time, just don't leave me hanging. I'm gonna start crying.
He's eating his noodles.
Oh, but he can multitask.
Let the man
I
eat
can
noodles.
multitask, yeah. So it's all good. All right. I am, from what I can tell, ready to go. Phone's muted. Those are turned down. Laptop is muted.
Damn it. Sucks to suck, don't it?
Fuck everything up.
It's okay, he's white.
Foxes.
Wow, Zed.
Just hit me. Just hit me.
Wow. All right.
That was a good high five.
Only
Side by
other thing I
side.
want to check, that camera is good for the most part, and then I'll fix the one thing on it later. And then this camera is good, I think. Oh god, that's not what I want. I want that. Okay, cool. I can fix that up a little bit more as time goes on. That's the zoom-in shot on Pharaoh, which needs to be adjusted because Pharaoh moves.
God damn it, Pharaoh. Stay still.
Because he's white.
Are you guys really going to keep up that gag?
All night.
That might be a thing now.
Yeah,
For tonight.
Pharaoh, why do you do this? Because he's white.
Because he's blue.
I still love that one tweet where it was like things that white people do. and it was take pictures of each other's faces or zoomed in faces.
We do that.
That's exactly what we do. Every time we're with each other.
We were out. Where were we? We were at Buffalo Wild Wings.
But, yeah.
And with Jirashi.
We were trying to figure out why that one sandwich was named whatever it was. What was it?
Not the Reuben. It was between a sub and a hoagie.
A hoagie.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that was great.
And it was the most racist thing ever.
And go figure, Jir was there.
He's always there.
Kevin,
Kevin D. Cole.
don't say that on the air.
Everyone will find him.
They already know.
Well, he's gonna murder you now.
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
He had nightmares of people shouting his name because of
I felt
us.
so bad.
I didn't. I laughed.
I didn't.
All right, Dash of Week. I just got your email. Yeah, so we'll read that for Dash of Week. Oh my God! All right, I think we're all good. That camera shot's not going to be very usable tonight unless it's Pharaoh and Zed going back and forth because that camera shot is missing like half of us. So yeah,
I could just.
I'll lean in.
I can
Hello?
lean back.
Hello?
yeah, you can just lean in a little. You can move the mic in.
Oh, I
you know?
could.
You can just do that.
I can get all up in the look.
Yeah. Just rub your nipple.
But then I can't see my screen. That's so pointless. You know what? I don't even care. My face is ugly anyways.
Somebody said, Pharaoh, why did IMVU buy FA? It's because he's white.
What's FA?
What?
Is FA like a website or something?
It's like it's a kind of candy bar.
Oh,
Yeah. An
It's-
FA
it's-
Crunch.
It's packed with nuts
An FAPB.
and a cream filling.
show title. Show title. Pharaoh, write that down. Please.
Which I didn't get it. Cream
FA
filling.
Crunch.
FA Crunch.
FA Crunch.
The new candy bar.
Oh, that's amazing.
FA Caramel. Caramel.
No, that's a special edition.
Oh, well, so is FAPB. Peanut butter.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready to go, guys?
It normally has a white nougaty center.
Nougaty.
I would say creamy. And crunchy.
I like how you start. Did you start recording and you started with creamy?
What?
you've been
We've been recording.
We're always been recording.
Yeah. We've been recording. I usually make sure to do that a little earlier if I can. All right, cool. I think everything is pretty much ready. Okay. Sophos says Titlebot is working. Sophos, add that one for now. I'll add show titles later because right now I'm going a little crazy and it's a little hectic for me to be adding show titles myself. Okay, I can just move that over to that screen and then I have a view on the TV. Ha 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 ha.
oh, snap.
All right, cool. I'm just going to leave that there for now. It puts a nice little halo around Pharaoh's head. Pharaoh's head has just got like the little halo around it.
You're angelic.
But he's a fox. They're the devil.
Yeah, I'll move that over for now.
See those horns? Ooh.
I know, look at that.
I just want to lick one.
Right there.
White devil, white devil.
White devil.
All right,
Chicago.
whenever you're ready to start, Pharaoh. Is it episode 93 or 94?
That was 93.
Really? Oh, then the lower third's wrong. I might have to fix that. Shit.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't remember. Hold on. Wait. It is 193, which means our show notes were wrong. That's fine.
God damn.
193.
Then we gotta start everything all over again.
No,
Well,
that's
no,
actually
last week's episode would have been 193, but
right. Okay,
That's
that's
went to Canada.
that's why it confused me because I was like, it's 93, so that's probably why I put
I was
194.
in Canada.
The lower third, because I remember I incremented the lower third by 1 before we started. So yeah. And anyway,
It was an invisible show. It happened in Canada, so it doesn't exist.
Yeah, Vapecast, remember?
Vapecast.
Everything in Canada doesn't exist.
Whenever you guys are ready to start. You ready, Pharaoh?
Yeah,
All right, cool.
I'm always ready.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
you can start because you're sick. That'll sound funnier.
Welcome to FurCast, episode 193. I am your sick host, Paradox the Red Wolf.
And I made him do it because he's sick, and I am your Blue Fox host, Pharaoh.
I'm one of your guests tonight. My name is Zed.
Wow, so formal.
Oh,
Okay, fuck you.
And it's not formal anymore.
I'm your guest that came back for more, CJ.
You came back for more?
Oh, I
How
always
did you
come back
feel
for
not
more.
being here for a week?
I kind of was sad inside. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay.
I missed you guys. I did.
Well, speaking of not being here for a week, Pharaoh, do you want to explain where you were last week, why we had to cancel?
I got kidnapped by Canadians.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
me.
Oh.
And him.
Yeah.
And everybody? Okay. So everybody was
alcohol.
involved in this except me.
Yep.
That's okay.
Because you don't have a passport.
So how was FE? Was it good? Did you see tons of people there?
Yeah, I saw people.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. The only people that I really know who go to FE, besides like everyone in this room, is pretty much the AV production people. So that's like what I got to hear about the most, was all the lighting and AV stuff. But yeah. So speaking of conventions, MCFC, that's next week. So there's not going to be a FurCast next week.
Not ready. No. Not ready for that con yet.
The death cherries.
Oh, God, we're going to die.
I still have cherries that CJ made in my room.
Yeah, but I made new ones.
So you guys go crazy at this con. See, MCFC for me...
we don't go crazy at this con. It just happened once. And
the con goes crazy on us.
Yeah,
no, we're going to go crazy again, though.
See, MCFC is like a relaxing con for me.
No.
It was.
It was.
It was? And now it's not? Okay.
It can be.
All right, so we have got a couple announcements for this evening, guys. So this is the one well, okay, there's tons of announcements. Actually, to be honest, our intro segment is a little long. So for anybody who's tuning in for the first time, and I didn't set the lower third to actually say we were starting the show, normally we get to news in like 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. It might be a little bit longer this evening. So the first big announcement is that right now, we are UTC minus 400 because, yay, the United States likes to do daylight savings time, and yay, they like to do it at a different time than every other fucking country in the world. So yeah, for those of you in the UK who I'm sure really enjoy it though, because FurCast starts an hour early. It starts at midnight instead of 1 a.m. But yeah, so for a few weeks we're going to be starting an hour early. Actually, I think the weekend of MCFC is when it's switching back. I had this announcement in here because I expected to do a show last week, so maybe this is the only show where we're an hour early. But yeah. Anyway, goes without saying, fuck daylight savings time. It sucks. So,
I like it.
It doesn't suck if you're a farmer.
It's dumb.
Well, eventually, like the UK will switch over to 100 UTC, which means we'll be at 1 a.m. again. So, that kind of sucks.
I met a few fans at FE.
Really? Very nice.
Give out some badge holders.
We're not talking about Effie right now.
So I had the MCFC announcement. Thank you, Zed.
You should read the schedule.
You should. He should read the schedule. Next thing that I had in here was I just wanted to shout out everybody who pays attention to our Twitter account. We just passed 1,000 followers on our Twitter. Our Facebook page is almost up to 3,000 likes. Almost, not quite there yet. So, guys, main page of the FurCast website, links are on the right side. Totally. I love interacting with you guys on Twitter. Pharaoh primarily runs the Facebook page. So if you like Blue Foxes, like us on Facebook. And if you like Red Wolves, follow us on Twitter.
I use both.
I use both too, but, you know, we gotta
use both.
Yeah, you have to give an incentive for people.
You have to give and take.
You said both with an L.
Both?
Both.
Malk.
Both.
It's
Malk.
both.
Both.
Cool whip. Cool whip. Cool whip. So the next thing I had in here, I'm not sure what order you want to do this in, Pharaoh. There was the package we got in the mail.
I didn't get in the mail.
What?
I didn't get any package in the mail.
I said we.
Who?
We, the studio.
Well, this is your house.
Okay, but I said we. I didn't say me. I said we because it's for the show.
Okay.
I hate you. Anyway, shout out to Dash of Week who brought in, let's see. There's a little thing here that's filled with little chocolates. I'll let you open that, Pharaoh. And there's a box of Girl Scout cookies. Those are
the good ones.
These are the
Which ones are those?
I like the
Tagalongs.
coconuts. I like the coconuts.
They're what?
The peanut butter ones.
Oh, they have peanut butter in them. I'm a dog.
Yeah,
I like peanut butter.
they're these ones. So you guys are welcome to open these up. And
we got money.
Don't put them near.
It's money
They're
coins.
Gone. Consider them gone.
One opened up. It's poison.
That's my lap, sweetheart.
And then last but not least,
He got his porn.
My lap can't eat chocolate.
Shove it in your dick.
so let's see. We got the entire con book for First Squared 2015. We got a razor, which I'm assuming is for Pharaoh.
And it's blue.
It's a blue razor. This is amazing.
Shave you,
There
hippie.
you go.
I said I was going to shave at MCFC.
At MCFC?
Yeah.
At MCFC,
We're going to record it?
Why?
Can I put my GoPro on your beard? Oh my
Beard
god.
cam?
Like on the beard.
On the beard. It's gonna be
We
like the
also got
sweetest
some
camera angle.
porn. There's some porn right here. There you go. So yeah, this is.
I'll take that. I'll be right back.
Pages are already stuck.
Oh, there's some like BDSM stuff in here. There's like a little bunny that's been
Of course,
tied
it's
up.
it's a rabbit.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And of course, it's a rabbit. And there's just like cum splashing all around right
Are
here.
you sure it's kind of?
I don't know what
It's
that
probably
is.
milk.
Yeah,
Like,
he's eating a
rabbits
bowl of
love milk.
cereal.
That reminds me of
It's
the picture I sent
ridiculous. Anyway, so Dash of Week did send an email in and said, "Dear FurCast, you guys, Ross Scott and the YouTuber Dasbo Shit are special in the fact that I have followed them. I have followed you since freshman year of high school. I can't quite express how impressive this is to me. You guys have held my attention for all of my high school career. Your show has outlasted friends, webcomics, YouTube channels, a family member, clothes, a computer, and 3 separate relationships. I can't pin down exactly which episodes I believe, or what was my first episode, but I believe it was in the 30s. I do, however, remember the first episode containing an article about a chicken that had 2 asses." That's great. I don't remember what episode that is, Pharaoh. I don't know if you...
I'm just, I guess he doesn't like my, facial hair. I guess this is a turnoff for him.
But anyway, so Dash of Week says, "Your show's provided me literal weeks of entertainment, and now that I am in college, I'd like to give back. I'm sending you guys a few things. First, you'll find some Girl Scout cookies. For Paradox, you'll find some porn that I bought at last year's First Squared. I've kept it hidden away and only discovered it about a week ago when I was cleaning up my car. It is yours to do with as you please. For Pharaoh, I'm including a blue and black shaving razor. And lastly, First Squared itself, I'm sending some chocolate coins that I won in an auction, the pocketbook program guide, and the full program guide. Hope you guys all enjoy. Pounds, hugs, and yiffs, Dash of Week." So there we go. Gotta love when fans send us stuff in the mail.
Wait, FurCast has been around since the 1930s? Yes.
Yes, there you go. Pharaoh, the next thing in the list, I was wondering if you could actually read that, because I got to get something ready for the thing after that.
Alrighty. Oh yeah, that was supposed to be on our Facebook page. Is that why you want me to read it? I didn't have it open. I should open that probably.
Yeah, I had to open it myself. So,
Excuse me, I'm reading. I'm explaining.
Okay.
Thank you.
Snippy. Jeez.
Did you open it?
Yes, I opened it.
Want to go?
Well, first I wanted to say that it was a relationship success story that was actually posted on our FurCast Facebook page, and we saw it recently here, and I thought it was quite adorable. And then he was like, "Yeah, you should read this because it's adorable." And
we should read it on the air.
I know we were going to read it on the air. That's what I'm doing right now. I was explaining the situation though.
Pharaoh, it's okay.
I know.
It's not your fault.
I still love you both. Sometimes.
So, from Kanoki Cloud on our Facebook page, they said, just a fan passing by and wanted to post this to the host of the podcast. Almost 4 years ago, I went on to pounce.org since it was mentioned in the show as an answer to an email of how I should find furs in the area. I did so and ended up finding not just my best friend, but I found the man I'm happy with and been ringing in 1 year of marriage with since Sunday. This Sunday, March 22nd, 2015. So tomorrow, 1 year anniversary. It may sound like a corny Match.com commercial, but I owe finding the love of my life and mate for my life from your podcast. I was starting out furry, and finding your podcast helped me in the way that way better than I had understood furry to this day. Thanks again, and keep up the awesome podcast, Kanoki Cloud.
There we go. And so next thing I'd like to do before we move on to the final bit of the intro, I would just like to shout out someone awesome. So, you guys know how sometimes we shoot out an awesome artist. We shoot them. We kill them.
Yep. Can't have it.
Yeah,
because it makes their art more valuable, when you kill them.
Exactly. When you kill them and then we can sell it. It's great.
So cool. I want to kill you.
So... So anyway, I just like to shout out somebody that I think is awesome, and that is Jeff Fox, which is commonly spelled Jeyeff Fox, who does these amazing 3D models. So I've actually got one of these 3D models. Jeff Fox randomly decided to do a 3D model of my head.
I remember that show.
It was just ridiculous. So it's like this really accurate 3D model, and he's got a video here of it rotating and stuff like that. And then, of course, there's a colored version as well. But here, I'll pull this up. There's a fully operatable 3D model here, and I'll just show you guys. Look at the detail on these headphones here.
Wow, I never would have imagined a 3D model of Steve from Blue's Clues.
I hate you so much.
Shots fired.
There you go. But also, so Jeff Fox also did a 3D model of the, I guess the mascot of U18 which is kind of like this female Sergal Nazi thing. And there's actually a colored version, although this model is uncolored. But it's a full 3D model that you can spin around and do whatever you want with.
Kinky.
And it's
spin around and do whatever you want with.
It is really, really nice. And
no comment.
There's also some really great photos of it that are from the full renders when it was completely colored. And that's, of course, on U18 right now. If you guys go over there, they actually have the video of the model on there. And so, yeah, just wanted to shout out Jeff Fox for being awesome, doing amazing work, and for some reason making a really terrifyingly, creepily accurate 3D model of my head. That was very weird. But anyway, so if you guys want to check him out, his website is ciei.ru. So that's ciei.ru, and it's JEYEFF Fox, and he's just fucking awesome. He's also on Twitter. You can find him on Twitter, and psst, he has an After Dark Twitter account. So you can follow that.
Can I get the 3D model for reasons
For which 3D model?
of your head?
Well, actually, that fucking thing has a lot of polygons, but, we were actually thinking about printing, like 3D printing it.
Oh my
And just making a 3D printed model of my head.
Yes.
We could make it like life size, and then
What
there
if someone made a dildo out of that? How would you feel?
a dildo out of my head. I don't feel
I thought you
like,
meant use
I don't
the
think
3D
that'd be
printer to
very
make a dildo.
You
comfortable.
could literally stick your head up your ass if you wanted to.
Really?
Just saying. It's a possibility.
Oh my god.
Dude, that could be a whole business.
And then
Wow. What was-
Shove your own head up your ass for $49.95.
and then lastly, you had the you caring link, which I'll show this in the video feed. So this is actually probably like the saddest news of today. There's a furry, this is a website called youcaring.com, and they are looking for donations to help with their cancer surgery. And it's so cute. The first one is so adorable. But anyway, they're looking for $10,000 instead. You said you read into it, and it was pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, cancer sucks. Like, well, let's just be completely honest. Like,
Right.
no matter what kind, it's pretty shitty. But he has stage 4 colon cancer, which that's pretty bad.
Wow.
And like, if you just read on there, like they even explain it. I mean, the amount of surgeries this person had to go through, like, I can't even imagine that. So even if you only have like $1 or $2 to donate, like, or even if you can't, just spread this around, because he has, I think it says, yeah, $90,000 in medical bills, which that's not fun.
That's insane. And they're only asking for $10,000 on the actual You Caring page. But I just posted that link in chat, and maybe we'll post a link in the show notes as well a couple times. And I'll just post it one more time in chat. But yeah, so just wanted to shout that out. Really awesome guy, really awesome fursuiter. And it's so adorable. So yeah, you guys should totally donate and help that guy
That's a
out.
lot of things removed from your body.
It is. It's like half
That's just
your internal
scary.
organ.
Yeah, it even says that they found more tumors, so he's gonna have to have more surgery.
It's terrifying.
I don't even know the stages. What are the stages of cancer?
I think I think it actually depends
than
on
number,
what
the worst.
section of your body. Doesn't it depend?
Yeah,
I think it depends a little bit, like whether, I don't remember. I think some
could
areas
Google
of
it.
your body might have 4 stages, some might not. I'm not sure. But anyway, probably not a thing to ask us.
well, I'm gonna Google it right now.
Well, there you go. Because
It goes up to stage 4, which is, yeah, it says that that's pretty much the worst.
So where do we go from here? Only other thing that I had to mention in the shout-outs was to shout out the Pocket Cast app. For people who don't like any of their podcast fetching apps for your mobile device, highly recommend Pocket Casts. We're on there. FurCast and FNT, both of our shows are on there. And MaestroPause is not, but you can manually add MaestroPause by getting the RSS feed link off of his website. And I guess other than that, we're pretty much ready to move on to news. So we have a lot of news tonight. A lot. Like more than we've ever had ever. So I don't know what we want to start with or how we want to do it.
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm just ready.
So I can already tell you're starting off with a little bit of a stupid article. So do we want to do like some stupid news first, and then
I'm not
maybe
starting with stupid article.
We
Start
need
with
something
science.
funny to cut that like seriousness that we just had.
I have something good.
All right. So we're going to cut something funny, and then after that we've got a lot more serious stuff to talk about. So let me just grab the news cue music. I didn't have any of that ready, but it's super easy to do, luckily.
I feel like we need new music. Wow. We need new news.
You're doing
music.
great tonight, Farrah.
It's okay.
No,
sweetie.
I disagree. I think you guys need a B-roll footage of you guys like how they do on like Action 5 News, and like your face just like spins out with a weird transition and smacks the screen.
Yes.
Oh, like when they do the news reporters, like them like standing with their arms crossed, and then
With Pharaoh with the weather.
can I get I just rent a suit just to have
I have a suit.
Yeah,
Didn't
you
that run?
already have a suit.
If I
Like a professional suit.
I just wear a tie.
Yes, just that's it. Just your suit and a tie. That's perfect.
And
maybe
we're, as usual, we're off track already.
Hey, new news music is a tongue twister.
New news music. She sells the shells by the seashore. I don't see what you're talking about.
Dicks.
New news music.
I'm not gonna try that.
Try it. Why?
No,
Okay.
you can't make me. You're not my dad.
Or is he?
Scientists double the size of ants. And this is how
Why?
No.
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 Why?
See you later.
And
Bye.
this is how every horror movie starts. And they're huge now. They're like 2 inches long.
no.
No.
Now it's ants, and then it's gonna be spiders, and then that's gonna be the end of the world.
If they do spiders, I'm fucking rage quitting.
I mean, they could.
I'm out.
They could.
It says.
They could.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
They could at least make dicks bigger.
I think there's enough pills for that already.
Oh, really?
They don't work.
Maybe they should just give up then, and just make
Just get
gigantic
surgery.
ant.
Are you gonna read the article?
Yeah.
That is the article. Giant ants. Done.
Variations in traits, height, skin color, body weight, and vulnerability to disease fall under the spectrum. And they're all just results of genetic combinations with the environment. Now, researchers working with ants have identified a key chemical process that allows environmental factors to interact with the genes that code for these sort of quantitative traits. In the process, they've created 2 ants who run the gamut from minuscule to damn well gargantuan. It is huge. It's like an ant the size of your hand. Why would you want that? That's terrifying.
No.
Well, if you think about it, there's other things that we've done that too through like evolution and stuff. Like take for example, corn on the cob used to be like really small, like thousands and thousands of years ago, and
I believe that's called baby corn.
yeah. Well, no, but I mean, it wasn't.
We just never let it grow up all the way.
No, but like slowly we kind of evolved it to.
Do you know baby carrots are a lie?
What?
Do you know that
Baby
they have
carrot-
a lot of sugar in them?
Baby carrots are a lie. There's no
Okay.
such thing as baby carrots.
Okay,
Just wanted to bring that to your attention.
I don't care. I don't eat them.
What about petite peas?
I just wanted to break people's dreams. There's a documentary on how baby carrots are made.
What a mommy carrot and a daddy carrot.
Love each other very much.
They carrot.
And then the apples just come out of nowhere.
They just fist.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anyway, read Pharaoh.
The environment affects the expression of genes through what we call epigenetics. Epigenetics. Wow, I can't talk today.
New news story.
I know, new news story. Specifically, the biochemical reactions can turn parts of the genome on or off. And one of the most well-studied of these mechanisms is DNA methylation. This is when the molecules contained methyl groups and added sections of DNA sequencing. Anyhow, to move on, the exposed ant larva to the drugs that either increased or decreased the degree of the DNA methylation of the gene involved in controlling growth, called EGFR. Basically, what we found was a kind of cascading effect by modifying this particular gene that affected others. In this case, the growth gene, we could affect all the other genes involved in the cellular growth, making gigantic freaking ants. I think I've seen so many like horror movies about this too. People are like, oh, we're just scientists. We're gonna, make these bugs a little bigger. And then they escape. And then they kill
Wasn't
everyone.
that what Eight-Legged Freaks was about?
Yep, I think so.
Even crazier movies like Spy Kids 2 were about that.
Why? Why do they feel like they need to do this? Like,
Well, they
no.
were shaving mustaches off spiders, so
Yeah, we read that article the other week.
Wait, spiders have mustaches?
certain ones have mustaches.
Pharaoh, are you a spider?
No, I have a goatee.
Oh shit.
That means he's a goat.
T. Cody.
We were working with ants, he added, but was a bit like discovering that we could then create shorter or taller human beings. Which is what we need.
The findings could one day help researchers influence how much or how little of the gene gets expressed in any kind of genome, potentially limiting the growth of cancer cells to our different tendencies of developing certain diseases. So while this study may cause a bit of worry in creating gigantic creatures, the video help explains the science behind Ant-Man. There's a video of like Ant-Man, but yeah.
There we go. So next, I would like to show a quick video. Originally, we were going to read this as an article, but then a video version of it came out. And it's basically talking about how far some politicians are willing to go to just barely attempt to stop gay marriage from happening. And it's so funny and it's so stupid. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And also, another thing that I'd just like to mention, just for like the technical side of this type of stuff, what is it with all of these news websites who are releasing videos where all of the audio comes out of one channel? I don't know. So I'm summing this video to mono for you guys because it is distracting as hell to have the guy's voice come out of one channel and then the music come out of like the other or whatever. So I don't really know what's up with that. But anyway, enjoy.
Texas is pushing a proposed law that would let the state overrule the U.S. Supreme Court. There's just one problem. They can't actually do that. In Alabama, judges have decided that they don't have to follow federal law, except that in reality they do. And in Oklahoma, lawmakers want to switch from marriage licenses to marriage certificates, which would accomplish not very much. For the American Foundation for Equal Rights, I'm Matt Baum, and welcome to Marriage News Watch for March 16, 2015. Let's start in Texas this week, where State Rep Molly White has introduced a bill that would let the state ignore a U.S. Supreme Court ruling that would legalize marriage equality. Can she do that? No, that's not how laws work, or the Supreme Court, or America in general. For better or for worse, Texas is still part of the United States, so the state can't just say, no thanks, when the Supreme Court tells them to do something. Representative White has only been in office for 2 months, so hopefully she'll get the hang of it soon. Over in Alabama, the state Supreme Court is experiencing similar confusion. They've ordered probate judges to ignore the federal ruling that they have to issue marriage licenses to gay and lesbian couples. So now it's state law versus federal law, and nobody knows which one will win. Just kidding, federal law will win. That is the basis of our entire legal system. Then there's South Carolina, where a couple politicians want to amend the U.S. Constitution to ban marriage equality. This has zero chance of actually happening, but State Senator Larry Grooms says that it is necessary for, quote, the propagation of our species. Contrary to what Senator Grooms seems to think, reproduction does not, in fact, originate in the U.S. Constitution. And in Oklahoma, State Rep Todd Ross has solved the marriage debate with a new bill that would switch the state from issuing marriage licenses to marriage certificates. This is different because, well, it's actually pretty much exactly the same, just slightly less paperwork. So, okay. Finally, this week, a new survey shows that national support for the freedom to marry has soared to 59%, with just 33% opposed. This means that marriage equality is now slightly more popular than the Pope. Those are the headlines. Subscribe here for more on all these stories. For the American Foundation for Equal Rights, I'm Matt Baum. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Fuck yeah. So,
Take that, Pope.
Take that, Pope.
I just figured that was just an awesome video to play there. That's great. 59%, man. When we started FurCast, it
Texas
was like...
lawmakers are gunning for
there's
this.
another video playing. Sorry, I just had to stop that video from playing. Yeah, when we first started FurCast, it was what?
I like they're doing the countdown to the most, what was it, homophobic state right now. Like,
Yeah.
Did you ever see that where like each state starts, they're going through like knocking off the states to see which one ends up
What's
to be
funny is a lot of the states that seem like they're more homophobic government-wise are the opposite population-wise, which is really funny. Like there was this. I was reading some article about this where basically there's a state that doesn't allow gay marriage, even though like more than 70% of the people that were polled agree with it, and then there was another state that allows it, even though more than half the people in the state disagree with it. So it was just funny how, you know, it's one of those situations where, you know, democracy only means so much. But yeah, anyway. So you had another silly news article before we move into some of our deeper, crazier shit.
Yes. So, I have one. Jeremy Douglas tried to sell duct-taped iguanas dangling from a bicycle.
What?
Yeah, what? I don't even know what that means. What's happening right now?
Caught iguanas, wrapped duct tape around them, taped him to the bicycle, and then rode it around selling them.
Florida.
I'm gonna bet Florida.
I don't know. I'm thinking Texas.
I'm thinking Florida.
Does it say?
You read?
It's probably like Alabama.
I know.
A Florida man.
Yes! I knew it was Florida.
Is facing animal cruelty charges after he allegedly attempted to sell live iguanas that he had hog-tied with duct tape and wire to his bicycle.
You can't prove it. I didn't do it.
I bought this bicycle.
With the iguanas already on them. They're like, you know, when you put the baseball card on the wheels, it makes it sound like it's going fast.
The iguana's on, you can blend in.
That's camouflage.
Camouflage.
Dude, where'd my bike go?
I thought it was, you know, protection. Who wants to grab a bike that has a bunch of iguanas on it?
You know what? That is true. I would not steal that bike.
I would not touch that bike.
Be like, no.
Nope. Bye-bye.
Jeremy Douglas, 35, was arrested in Key West on Tuesday after it was reported that he allegedly tried to sell her a bound iguana to cook for dinner, the Florida Sentinel reports. What? I have never eaten an iguana, and I don't think I ever would want to eat an iguana.
Probably not a lot of meat.
I feel like, ew, I don't know. Oh.
Eat the tongue.
Ew. Police found Douglas sitting on his bike in front of a restaurant called the Banana Cafe. 3 orange iguanas, each 4 feet in length, were dangling from the handlebars with their front
4 feet in length? I was picturing
I was
like,
like small,
6
yeah,
inch,
like,
12
no.
inch, you know,
No.
4 feet? It's huge.
It's like my arm.
That's the size of a bicycle.
with their front and back legs taped as duct tape and a metal wire running in between the set of legs acting as a handle so he can hand them off to people. like a
Iguana on a
purse.
stick.
Here's your iguana on a stick.
50 Shades of Iguana.
Douglas then told the officers that he intended to eat the iguanas, which he said he caught at a local golf club, and only asked the woman if she wanted to purchase the lizards in order to make her leave him alone. KeyNet reports. You want a lizard?
Yes, just leave me alone.
I'd buy one just because.
What would you do with it?
I don't know. Like, keep it as a pet.
It's 4 feet. That's like an alligator.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Rose would not let you have that.
Rose would love it.
It would eat your dog. Rose's dog.
Okay. I mean,
However, 2 restaurant patrons told police that he heard Douglas trying to sell the iguanas to people that were passing by. Iguanas are non-native invasive species in Florida, and killing them for food is actually legal. However, Mitchell Smith, an officer with the Florida Keys Society of the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, was called to the scene and told officers that Douglas' method of iguana transport would be considered cruelty by his agency, according to the Miami Herald. Smith told the paper that the iguanas were bound behind their backs with their front legs up around the back and attached to a wire-like sling. Smith and arresting officer Frank Benz worked together to remove the duct tape from the iguanas before Smith took them into custody. During the removal of the tape, the iguanas remained completely still, as if in shock, Betts told the Key News reports. Douglas told that he did not believe that there was a problem with what he was doing, but he also noticed the public outcry from several passerbys who saw the condition of the iguanas and figured that it might have been bad. Douglas was charged with misdemeanor of animal cruelty and remains in the Monroe County Detention Center at a $5,000 bond.
Very nice. So I have an article coming up next, and it contains an image, which I'm going to show in the video feed. Bored pilot
Here, lizard.
draws a penis on a flight radar with a private plane.
yes.
Aviation fans who, on Thursday, might have happened to check Flight Radar 24, which is a popular site that gives users the ability to track flight paths of planes around the world, and I'm just showing this in the video feed right here, might have noticed an odd pattern that a private plane made above Florida. Yes, this is in Florida. If you haven't noticed, it giantly resembles a penis. While it is unknown whether the particular pilot was aware that he or she was drawing a sky penis, they had to know it was a sky penis. It's definitely hilarious.
I wasn't aware I was drawing a sky penis.
So yeah, there you go. Flight Radar 24. And of course, Flight Radar 24 actually tweeted this on their verified Twitter account that some guy went to draw a penis on the radar. So there you go.
He started as a tip.
The fact that you had to fly a whole flight path in that shape is pretty impressive, I have to say. Is there a cross for the tip, or was it just a? Did he cross the tip?
No.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
I feel like he could have done better.
He probably could have, but I think he probably just did it really fast. He was probably just looking on his own screen.
He was flying, did it really fast. I feel like. No, wait. There is a failed attempt up there.
Yeah, that's definitely a failed attempt.
Like, he tried to fly one penis, and then he was like, you know what?
It's right near Orlando. There's an airport. There's the Orlando. What the fuck? This guy was like, wow. Anyway, so there you go.
There's actually 2 penises in that. I don't know if you noticed the green penis.
I'm glad you have an eye for noticing penises, Pharaoh.
Well, I have to know what I have to avoid, so.
Avoid.
Do you have another article?
Of course I do.
Oh boy.
So, the U.S., of course.
What a joke.
So to amp up security, they want to spend $8 million building a fake White House.
I saw this on an actual...
Says the Secret Service.
Yes. This was all over Twitter earlier. I think The Verge actually did an article about this as well. It's pretty ridiculous.
Let's just spend $8 million to rebuild the White House so we can have a fake White House.
Why not?
But then do you like give tours of the fake White House, or does the fake White House become the real White House?
Wouldn't it be easier to just build another location to do government stuff that wasn't designed, didn't look fancy, didn't look anything, was just like in a private like office building somewhere, and then the White House was just pretend left there so that everybody like...
So
how are you supposed to build a fake White House? Because then you're gonna have to move the real White House and put the fake one down.
So what you're saying is
wouldn't it
pretty
be
much
cheaper to just move out of the White House and not tell anyone?
Just build a separate facility that isn't for the public, since you can still get tours of the White House and just have the president, you know, make appearances at the White House.
That's what I'm saying. That would make the most sense.
Are they gonna call it the Whiter House?
The whitest house.
The whitest house. Just a cube with just white.
Pharaoh, are you gonna live there?
Wow.
Hey, he's blue, all right?
Yeah.
But he also has white on him.
I'm actually colorblind because I'm a dog. He's pretty much white.
It's only for Secret Service training, apparently, is what somebody in the chat room is saying. They've looked into it.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Because they can't do like active training at the real White House. I mean, they could, but I don't know.
But I don't see why it needs to cost that many millions of dollars.
They have to make everything.
Maybe they plan on blowing it up and then rebuilding it and blowing it up again.
Stung by breach after breach after breach after breach of gaffe in the White House, the Secret Service, maybe should just be better at being the Secret Service rather than spending $8 million on a whole training facility, is asking Congress for $8 million so it can build yet another White House. New director, Joseph Clancy, will... Any relation to John Clancy? They're just gonna have gunfights there. It's all they want. Paintball. We can have paintball in the White House now, guys.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be. It definitely would be.
I would do it. I would pay $8 million to play paintball in the White House.
See, but you still couldn't let people into the fake White House, because then that's giving people ideas of how to break into the real White House.
Is it a...
Damn it, you're right.
Yeah, I guess so.
So if they're going to make an exact replica of the real White House, they probably shouldn't make an exact replica of the real White House, because then if anyone gets to the probably less protected new White House, then they have plans to actually get into the protected White House.
That, or they change like one thing in every room. Like this picture's here, but now it's there, and it just fucks with them.
The doors open backwards.
That could... Wait a minute.
What? It's like completely like a mirror, like everything.
That's why it costs $8 million.
Well, today I asked the White House Appropriations Committee for $8 million to construct a detailed replica of the presidential mansion in Bettsfield, Maryland, right down to the east and west coast wings. Sorry, east and west wings, sorry.
the outside facade, guard booths, ground, roads, the New York Times reports. So pretty much they're going to make like an exact replica, which is, I feel like that's counterproductive.
They should just put it right across the street.
Which one is which?
You'll never know. Damn it, we broke into the wrong one.
That's pretty great.
I feel like there's so many things wrong with this. I feel like our country has the worst priorities ever. Why
much.
fix a problem? No, let's just make another house. That way we could train there instead of actually just doing training and being able to protect, you know, a square plot of land of someone jumping over a fence and then running inside the building that is supposed to have snipers and like planes defending it, and yet somebody could just walk right into the front door. People can't even walk into the front door of my house. So, I mean, how do you...
I can't walk on the front door here because the door handle's backwards.
Yeah, you have to open it up back. See, that's what
That always throws me off.
That's all they have to do. Is they just have to replace all the door handles on the White House so they can turn
make 'em
up,
the right.
upward. You have to turn upward instead of turn down. It'll fuck everyone up because they won't know what to do.
They just won't even bother breaking down the door. Just nope.
Fuck this. I'm done.
What do they turn?
It's got one of these doorknobs, you know. Fuck this.
You know what? Just, let's go home.
Done.
Or lock a door.
Going
I mean,
home.
I don't know if that's...
Damn, it's locked.
Wouldn't that have stopped like half the people from entering the White House?
If you're breaking into the White House, you're probably not going to stop for a locked door.
But the door... That would stop someone.
Well, it would stop someone, but not somebody who wants to break into the White House.
But
you
can
just
you
climb in
really
through a
call it
window.
breaking in if they just walk in the front door because it's unlocked?
No, that's trespassing.
Yes.
It's just, well, that's not breaking in. Okay.
Like, I mean...
I don't know.
You know what? I could save this country $8 million. All I need to do is just install locks in the White House.
No, you
Do they want to hire me? Because I will help their security program. All I'm going to do is just put locks on the windows and doors.
sell them Time Warner Home Security.
I'll give each of the Secret Service. I'll give each of the Secret Service a key.
You could add it to your triple play for an extra $10 a month.
Don't leave me hanging. Yes,
Wow.
another good one.
2 for 2.
The Fox White House.
It's faux.
Fox.
Oh.
I'm a fox. I can only pronounce it as fox. I'm not pronouncing it as faux because it's F-A-U-X. I know how it's pronounced, but I refuse.
See, now I'm just picturing a White House for foxes.
That's why it's white.
Anyhow, the Fox White House will act as a training ground for Secret Service recruits, offering more realistic environments for them to be trained in. Conducted to scenario-based training exercises, classes prepared.
Ultra realistic. There's like a spill on the carpet in like one area, and they're like, "Oh, we got to redo that. It's got to be exact."
I love the other guy's response to how to fix the problem. Although the panel set up by the Homeland Security Chief Johnson recommended that simply erecting a higher fence after a man made it to the White House front door last year, acknowledged that it could help stop many problems. We'll build it larger.
I would just like to backtrack. Chief Johnson wanted to erect a new fence. Just let that sink in.
Problem exposed by the recent events go deeper than a fence can fix, the Times noted. Instead, panel members say Secret Service personnel should dictate more time to training, as well as train in the area that's similar to the area that will be charged in protecting, than having to build a whole nother White House. A fake White House isn't the only funding requested by the Secret Service is making. It also wants a budget allotment to make over a live fire shoot house and a fixes for the Tactical Village training site, which emulates city streets. If Egypt can build a whole new capital city, why can't we build a new White House? Because you don't have the money. You're fucking poor, that's why. Stop trying to spend outside your means.
Student loans.
Oh yeah, they can just tax students, they'll get all the money back.
Yeah.
So one more bit of stupid news here. This is ridiculous. So this is not in Florida. This is in Akron, Ohio. And
You weren't supposed to tell us, you're supposed to read it first.
Yeah, you're supposed to tell us to guess OT or F.
oh, it says it right in the beginning of the video.
Oh.
Yeah. So this guy apparently went. You know, I'm just gonna play the video.
Picture of a man caught in the act who has been using vehicles in an Akron neighborhood as his personal potty for more than 2 years.
The one time when he smeared it, it was all over here, the windshield. It was all over the back of here, the mirrors, this window, the door handle.
19-year-old Jacob Karam says he got a crude awakening in his driveway at least 6 times over the past year and a half, most recently last week.
I took it down in the car wash, and I had to turn my heat off because the smell was coming in through the vents of my car.
Akron police say the same thing has been happening to other residents in the Castle Homes, Kenmore neighborhoods since May of 2012.
There's 19 incidents that's been reported. I mean, there could be others that are not reported, but we have 19 that are reported in the same neighborhood. And the chances that all these victims would be either related or know each other, or, you know, a victim by one person would be very rare.
It is a lot of shit.
I got to the point where, okay, I'm setting up my camera.
This neighbor who did not want to be identified is the person who caught the man in action. He set up a time-lapse camera, which Monday night captured the suspect doing his business on his daughter's car in the driveway. He says it's the 8th time since October.
There's instances of him doing this to, like...
how does this guy get away from this for so long?
Out in the yard.
Like, you know? He was a serial shitter for, like, what?
It's not so much for me, but my whole neighborhood, you know.
A couple instances, he's actually opened the car if it was unlocked, got inside the car, and then defecated.
No.
So,
I would burn the car.
Very strange, deviant behavior, at the least.
So there you go.
He looks so proud of himself in that photo. He's like, yeah, I'm doing it what?
I feel like he wanted to be caught, because he's looking right at the camera. Like, he is looking right at the camera.
At the least.
And then it just kind of cuts out. Oh, that's the end of the video, I guess. So there you go. Random news from some Fox.
Is there more?
No, that's it.
Ohio,
that's completely
everybody.
it.
Ohio.
Yep. Yeah.
Mystery pooper.
So it's 2
Mystery
for Florida,
pooper.
1 for Ohio.
Serial shitter. I like that one the best.
How do you get away with that how did no one record him for a year?
Would you want to record someone taking a shit?
If it happened, what do you say, 19 times in his car? Like the second time it happened, I would have had a camera outside.
Okay, you know what?
No,
if
he said 6 times.
my
6 times
car?
on his car. The first guy with the yellow car. 6 times.
6 times for his car. How many was for the truck, for the dog?
I don't
I
know.
missed that one part. How many times? I forgot how many times.
I don't remember how many times. It was just a lot.
Okay, if you do it to my car, yeah, like I'll set up a camera. But if I'm driving by and I see someone shitting on someone's car, I'm just gonna keep driving.
I would laugh.
Be like,
I would
bro,
I
that's
would
your
fucking
business.
laugh.
It's not mine.
I would probably stop and just like pound, be like, shit.
No, dude,
You got this, bro.
You got this.
He'd smear shit on your hand.
Not if he's taking a shit right now. I mean, he doesn't have time to like wipe.
You never know, man.
All right, so
Okay, that's nothing.
We're not asking for a handshake. We're asking for a pound. I
So
mean,
to jump to something else, and again, we still have the serious news to get to tonight, but just from the same website, I just want to point this out. This is the same Fox 8 in Cleveland website. There's this.
The back of the person in the back of his pickup truck and drove here.
Fort Myers attorney with a shocking tale saying his client, John Marshall, seen here in a previous mugshot.
He looks legit.
Showed up at his law office with a dead body in the back of his
It was a
pickup
previous
truck.
mugshot,
He
too.
reportedly said he killed the man, and that's not all.
So this guy basically like killed a guy, put the dead body in his car, and then drove to his lawyer.
I feel like
I done fucked up.
he's watched way too much Let's Call Saul. Because
More intriguing is how far he drove with the body in the back of his pickup truck.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what route he took, but we did some checking and figured out the shortest route from where the killing happened in Bokeelia on Pine Island to the law office in downtown Fort Myers is 25 miles, about a 45-minute drive minimum. 4 in Your Corner's Katie Jones at the law office where this lawyer, Robert Harris, certainly has his hands full tonight. She's got the latest for us, Katie.
Nice.
Well, guys, we
I got the
literally just
evidence.
seconds ago
Do
got
something
word
with
from
it.
John Marshall's attorney that he will not be arrested for this incident. The attorney, Robert Harris, tells us just a few seconds ago that Lee County Sheriff's deputy said he will not be arrested. You can see there still is a very active crime scene here on Virginia Avenue. Detectives are starting to take down the crime tape, but much of the street is still blocked off. But the attorney, Robert Harris, says this is definitely one of the most bizarre things he has ever seen. His
Yeah.
showing up at his office this afternoon with a body in the back of a pickup truck. He's no stranger to a crime scene, but defense attorney Robert Harris never thought his office would become one.
They don't teach you about this in law school, that's for sure. I believe we've handled ourselves correctly, but I'm a little in shock myself.
His law firm covered in crime tape, surrounded by detectives, after Harris says his client John Marshall showed up with a body in the back of this pickup truck.
He's in complete shock, probably right now still. He's still breathing heavy.
Apparently it was in self-defense, by the way. I read ahead.
Harris says Marshall had just purchased property on Bokeelia and was doing some renovations that didn't sit well with one neighbor.
This person had not wanted him to build in that area. I guess that's what he was angry about, but there were some consistent threats.
And he says those threats turned physical.
Had came at him with a gun, pistol whipped him in the face, knocking out a tooth or two. He's got scratches and bruises. He's got, his clothes were filthy and dirty. He looks like a man who'd been in a fight for his life.
After a scuffle between the neighbor and his client, Harris says the gun went off, killing the neighbor.
He put the body in the back of the person in the back of his pickup truck.
Oh my God!
He says he doesn't remember anything about the drive here.
Harris says his client had contacted him just a few days ago about this neighbor, and attorneys recommended he get a restraining order. He says Marshall acted in self-defense and did what he had to do to save his own life.
Even though no one saw it.
Can be shown consistently through the threats, through the advice we gave him, through the injuries, to the fact that the gun that was used was from the person who attacked Mr. Marshall.
Well, then it's gonna be hard to dispute that it was in self-defense.
That is really hard to dispute.
Crime scene tape closing off Hodges Drive for about a half a mile. We saw deputies searching in the grass on both sides of the road. Neighbors tell us that.
But why would you take his body, throw it in the back of your pickup truck, and then drive to your lawyer's office?
Florida.
No, this is in Cleveland.
No, it said Florida. Fort Myers.
Oh, really? Oh, so it's just the same news station reporting it. Yeah.
One of the nicest, most upstanding.
Oh God, here we go.
I've ever known, and the integrity and the love this man shows to all his neighbors and his
You look
family.
crazy.
Oh my God.
He's gone. He would never have started a confrontation.
He was totally paid for this.
Turned and walked away.
Now, John Marshall does have a violent history in Lee County. This is his mug.
Okay, yeah. So,
why wouldn't you just call 911?
I don't know.
I mean, I know Florida, but 911.
I don't know.
It was in self-defense. Here's the proof.
See, I'll show you. And you shoot the guy. See, that's what I did.
So yeah, pretty ridiculous there. And then the only other, that's really it for videos tonight.
Did you want to do the awkward one?
Well, there was the awkward one, but I wanted to finish with that before we moved on to a break. So I guess the next thing to talk about would probably be
something furry related.
Something furry related that everybody probably wants us to talk about.
Oh, actually, here I got this one. Discussion: how to feel about old shame. Actually, that's a good segue, to be honest.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
You want to hold it off even more?
It has been about 3 weeks since the biggest Furfinity controversy of the recent years has happened. For those unaware, every single piece of art, though, however, that has ever been uploaded to Furfinity has been archived and preserved.
Oh, yes. Yes, I remember
now
this.
You can see all of the galleries that have been wiped by artists from Furfinity, presumably forever, in just a few clicks.
Yep. It's a website on the Tor network.
That's pretty impressive, actually. But
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
In other words, whatever you put on the internet stays there forever. Fuck. As the great Anonymous once warned us. That made me think, how should we feel about the embarrassing old art and dirty laundry that we may have? For the longest time in history, artists could hide their more controversial or poor quality art or drawings from themselves from the public, but put them in a safe or throw them in a fire. That time is apparently gone forever, since there is nothing we can do about it. Should we change the way we feel? I think it is worthy subject to talk about, but what do you think? That was a link to the question description if anyone wants to ask or talk about it.
So that's cool. So all of FA is archived. By this third party.
To be honest, I'm okay with that because there was a lot of
with that too.
There's a lot of artists that I really liked that got like had one of those butthurt moments, and then were like, "Oh, well, no one can look at my art anymore," and then kind of just
disappeared.
Or tried to delete all their art, and it's like they had amazing like art or something like that, and they just didn't want to be associated with the fandom or something like that. And I feel like that's just kind of, I don't know, dickish in a way.
Well, I don't know. I like the idea of it. And by the way, this isn't really the only website that does this kind of thing. I mean, keep in mind there's the Internet Archive, which archives every web page in the internet, or at least that's
I remember
their
you showing
goal.
me that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's not that uncommon to have something like this. But I mean, if you put it up online, then and some random web server can download and cache the file, then that's on you, in my opinion. I remember we were talking about like the controversy of that because some people were saying, "Well, isn't that art theft?" And it's like, I don't really think that's art theft because it's just archive of something that the artist put out publicly. Like it's the same file, so I don't know. I don't really have any personal problem with that.
Yeah,
so
to be honest myself, I don't really have any problem with it. I kind of like it because I feel like
I like it too.
Just things that people like don't like, or I've seen many artists that don't like a piece of artwork, but it is like amazing to everyone else. But they're like, I don't like it. So, which granted is their own decision, but there's some things that
Well, now what I'm curious is, did it archive every upload, like whether it was like a photo or artwork? Because then there's probably a lot of dick pics archived in there that were taken down like as soon as they were uploaded.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
FA front page.
There's probably like mersuit porn and everything in there. It's pretty great.
It's probably gold mine.
Yeah, it probably is a gold mine.
I like how that's why you look into it. The gold mine of forgotten photos.
So let's get this going. Let's open this up.
You were just car stuff. Wait, what dicks?
What?
Farrah, are you ready to get started with this? I guess I can start by reading at least a little bit of this article. So this is the big news that we've been holding off for a long time now.
I don't say we were holding off. We're just it's not really that.
So. The way that I wanted to deal with this initially, I'm just gonna say this publicly, is people would constantly message us as usual in the chat room and be like, "Oh my God, Paradox, Pharaoh, FurCast, blah, blah, blah. What do you think about what happened to FA?" And I would just be like, "What's FA? I'm sorry, is this a website or something?" And the main reason that I was gonna do that is because I'm kind of sick of the things that happen to this website mattering so much to people. It bothers me a lot. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's almost the same. Honestly, what I compare it to? I compare it to when Apple announces a new product and everybody goes batshit talking about it. Like, oh, that's just too expensive. Or, oh, they changed this. And it's like, then just buy a different product. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, everybody thinks that everything is marketed to them. And that's one reason that I think that argument is stupid. But even with this, it's like there are so many websites out there now by so many people who work so hard to make them work. And it's just like, I understand the complaint. I understand that something can suck or that something is worthy of a complaint, but I don't understand why it's as big of a deal as it is after really it's not much of a surprise, if you know what I mean, right?
Well, it's
kind of like Apple announcing a product and it's expensive. People are like, oh, it's so expensive. It's like, yeah, it's fucking Apple. What do you want? Drama happened on FA. Yeah, guess what? It's fucking FA. Move on. Like, what? You know what I mean? Why are you surprised? Why is it worth? I don't know.
Well, it's the biggest hub of furry art and biggest hub of furry kind of communication and interaction that existed in the fandom. So that's why it's such a big thing, is because there isn't any other...
I can accept that. That's,
So even though it is, and it's kind of been a meme of the fandom too, like... If you had something that's like, oh, what's your FA or something like that, it's been kind of the calling card or pretty much staple of what the fandom has always been about.
So when this happened, this was such a big deal that Fur Affinity and the website we're about to mention were trending on Twitter in the entire United States. Like, furry drama was trending in the US on Twitter. That's a record. Well, except for the MFF Chemical League also is trending the one time.
I was there.
So, for those of you who live under a rock, Fur Affinity was bought out.
What?
Yeah.
Zed has more insight because he's in accounting.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Fur Affinity was, okay, I shouldn't say bought out. That's not the proper term to use. Fur Affinity was acquired by IMVU. 3D chat service IMView has bought the furry art community Fur Affinity for an undisclosed sum. According to announcement, FA will continue to operate independently, quote-unquote, and former owner, Dragoneer, says he remains, quote, in charge of the site direction and improvements. IMView, which bills itself as the world's largest 3D chat dress-up community. No, it's not. It's not.
Second Life? What happened to Second Life?
Has marketed its services to furry fans since at least 2009. The company proposes to monetize their January 2015. So, by the way, this happened in January, not like this week. This happened in January, and they're only just now announcing it. The company proposes to monetize the site, the purchase in January 2015 by adding advertising presented in an improved experience, quote-unquote, rather than taking FA content, redistributing it, reposting it, and using it in-game, which is what a lot of people were freaking out about because, according to some of the terms of IMView, they, like, reserve the right to use all the art that's uploaded. However, FA and Dragoneer claim that that's not a thing, so that was a huge argument. There were a couple of journals with comments that had scroll bars that were microscopic on the right side of your browser window there. Seeking synergy, IMView is a venture-funded company which makes its money selling virtual goods and user eyeballs, which until recently included encouraging desktop users to install search protection software. They had a table at Further Confusion in 2015, even a promo video. An announcement in IMView's forums. IMView staffer Varsha explains the rationale for the purchase of Fur Affinity, which she presents as a community centered around sketching and animations. This started with IMView advertising its services to the FA community, which led to further discussion about the obvious overlap among our members. Both IMView and FA community members love to socialize and connect anonymously with people around the world with diverse backgrounds. Both communities express their artistic and creative skills in a variety of ways, blah, 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 blah. Basically, we share a community, so apparently we should acquire this company. And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on about quotes and stuff.
I think the biggest thing that...
and by the way, Dragoneer now works for IMView. He is considered the community lead at IMView on LinkedIn, according to his LinkedIn page. So yeah. So can I start by just calling out the elephant in the room here? IMView, for the most part, doesn't allow NSFW content, right? Like, they're a not very NSFW thing, and they just bought potentially the most kinky website on the entire internet.
I wouldn't say most kinky.
I would definitely say it is, especially for the popularity it is. Mm. Why would you not say it's most kinky?
Because I feel like there's a lot more kinkier sites.
Like what?
All the other porn sites that exist.
Pornhub.
Pornhub.
I don't think Pornhub.
X-Hamster.
Pornhub is all videos
FetLife.
And stuff. FetLife is all like mostly...
An entire community based off of BDSM.
Yeah, just BDSM. There's stuff way worse than
and
that.
kink.
Dix.com.
Okay. Do I need to give you an example of something from FA that I think beats that out?
4chan.
No.
I think 4chan is probably more
I would agree that FA does have limitations. I mean, for example, you can't post any real-life pornography. Like, you can only do drawing and art and stuff. But in terms of some of the stories and art that's on there, I don't know.
I don't know. Have you been to DeviantArt?
Oh, you know what?
DeviantArt is very restrictive.
E621, somebody mentioned that. That's another one.
Yeah, but most of the content on E621 comes from FA.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know about that. Like, that's not, you know,
E621. Shitting dick nipples.
Which is on FA.
That was from 4chan first, actually.
Right, okay, but...
I think people copied it out of memes.
I guess okay, fine. It's not the kinkiest website on the internet, but it's
all I
one
wanted.
of the kinkiest.
Could be up there.
I said one of the kinkiest originally.
There's a safe for work content of that.
Safe for work option on FA?
Yeah.
Who the fuck uses that?
I did once.
You did once?
Once.
You accidentally clicked it, right?
No.
Oh, really?
I was actually at work.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and I needed to be safe. I was like,
I needed to feel safe.
I need to feel safe.
Sometimes you just can't handle what's on there, so you just go in safe for work mode. It's because your mentality, it just needs that relaxation.
Like, a lot of people were freaking out because they think that IMView is going to, like, change all the rules and be like, oh my god, no NSFW content or something like that. Which, yeah, but if IMView said no NSFW content, the entire furry fandom would basically just be like, lol, bye. I mean, it's not going to happen. There's no practical way they could do that. It would immediately... I mean, they were responding to the uproar already I can't possibly imagine they wouldn't respond to the uproar if they tried to do that.
I love how many furries just harass them though. Like, I think that was my favorite thing, is just seeing the amount of tweets.
Here's an example. The official IMVU Twitter account tweets, "This is not a mistake at all. This is new and exciting and #furrific." To which a furry replies and says, #furrific? You know the image of an out-of-touch dad who tries hard to stay hip and cool with it? Yeah, that's how that looks.
What was the other one that they did? Fam Bam?
Fam Bam was the other one or something like that? I don't know. Anyway.
The only thing I think that upset me about the whole thing was the fact that the whole idea of Fur Affinity was a community-based or community-run kind of site where it was donated through,
And that's what upsets people the most, I think. Besides the content stuff, I think
let me read. I just wanted to explain, and then I'll read this part that I was using as a notion of before that. And that was the fact that even we used to advertise on FA. There was a lot of other artists that advertised on FA, and you did generate a lot of, views to people's profiles. They got a lot of artists, to see, the work they were doing. Got a lot of podcasts that were pretty much noticed and developed, like, other than our, I can think of handfuls of podcasts that
I can think of artists that run their entire business through FA.
So there's been a lot of advertising inside the community, kind of circled back to the community. Granted, it paid for the servers to be run, but
well, we won't get into that discussion. But honestly, the thing for me is
I just wanted to touch the actual thing that they were going to do with all the space or ad space on FA.
Okay, go ahead.
Which was the fact that IMVU said straight up that the advertising that we were talking about is not ads for IMVU service on FA site. We will be monetizing the FA site traffic by selling ad space to third parties. Ads will be unobtrusive and are targeted towards the community's interests.
Well, that's what Google Ads is in general. But okay.
So you'll see laptop ads and everything else on the site.
Okay, so that's the thing. Besides the NSFW going away and the art being apparently used externally, like art theft stuff, which apparently FA and IMVU have both said no, that's not going to be a thing. The other thing that upsets people is just simply that Fur Affinity entirely financially was furry funded, right? It's all, furry artists, furry contributions, furry everything. And so now this is taking money out of circulation of the fandom, right? Now we have a separate entity that's managing it. And keep in mind, guys, IMVU has owned Fur Affinity allegedly since January. So obviously not much is going to change that quickly because nothing has changed that quickly. Now, there was other controversy about the fact that FA recently did a donation drive to raise money to pay for servers.
I think that was one of the biggest.
That was another big thing that,
that any of the admins or site managers other than Dragoneer weren't told or even informed about the changeover.
Yeah,
which is what I heard out. And a lot of people that didn't get paid for the fact that he pretty much all the people that donated the time and effort to run and manage the FA site with the said person that runs it weren't compensated anything or even told about it. So that was one of the biggest.
Or so it seems. So people claim. That's the thing. We on the FurCast Twitter, I reached out. I sent 2 or 3 tweets to Dragoneer, and I also sent, I think, 2 or 3 tweets to IMVU, and I got no responses from any of them. And I know an IMVU developer on Twitter, and I messaged them and said, hey, do you know who I could contact for an interview? If we could get somebody involved, we'd like to talk about this. And they basically replied saying they have no idea. So, yeah, we tried.
I'm just curious to know what the acquisition cost was.
A lot of people want to know that. And I think
there's a public record of that, though, too. That you can make an acquisition to find out.
Guarantee you 99% of what they paid was all for goodwill, which is basically they bought bullshit. And just put it on their records as, yeah, we paid, like $20,000 when it was really only worth $1,000.
Okay, here's the thing. There's screenshot, and this is what I would gather. There's screenshots from like someone, I think it was on like ask.fm or something, was asking Dragoneer, would you sell Fur Affinity for $50,000? And he said no.
Must have been 51,000.
50,001 cent. So, yeah, no one knows how much it was sold for, and to be honest, I think if we knew, it would just cause more controversy.
To be honest, I feel like it's not that difficult to acquisition a form to find out how much it was, because it is most things are public records, so you can...
I was honestly surprised that FA, or wherever the hell the previous owner was that Ferrex Art LLC or whatever, doesn't have a public listing of... Because I'm assuming they're a not-for-profit company. or maybe they're not, but they're still supposed to have their like records available. I mean, I know that it's not like a public like investment company, but still they should have some kind of record somewhere because there's still a company that has to pay taxes. So they have to have some kind of record.
So, well, they take a lot of money in donations too. So it makes me.
They
wonder.
are for profit. Okay, so.
Or they are for profit?
That's what somebody said in the chat. I don't know if that's 100%.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't trust the chat, to be honest, on something like that.
That's speculation. But yeah, so a lot of drama over this. There's a lot of people who are obviously leaving FA and moving over to other art sites. There's, I mean, honestly, at this point, the idea that you have to use one site, I would hope that people realize that shouldn't and never should be a thing. Right, just because you buy a microwave to cook food doesn't mean you can never use your stove ever again. So I don't see any reason with having. I mean, I personally have profiles on all of the websites. I have a profile on Bunny. I have a profile on Weasel. I have a profile on SoFurry, and I have a profile on FA, and I use all of them. I would admit I mostly use FA because that's where a lot of the artists that I follow are. But for anybody who is interested in moving, there are browser extensions and code on GitHub available that will help you transfer all of your followers and watchers over to a different art website as long as their username matches. Which, of course, most of the time it doesn't. So it presents you with this huge chart that you have to manually go through, which is pretty tough because I'm following 1,800 people on FA. So that's going to be a bitch for me to move all that over. I've only ever included artists that have actually made a journal saying, I'm moving or something. So it's just, it sucks. I understand the concern, but right now not much has changed, and I'm going to guarantee to everybody probably not much is going to change continually. Not for a while anyway.
Well, there's always a transition, to be honest. I mean, it just takes, there was MySpace, then there was Facebook, and there'll probably be something sooner in the future again.
Dude, just Twitter.
Pretty much, yeah, because I don't even think...
I could see Twitter making some kind of a dumb decision that would screw people over.
IMVU acquires Twitter.
IMVU
But that's the thing.
FurCast.
So, I mean, I feel like even if people are upset about it, it'll just
The other reason that people are upset about it is specifically because of IMVU as a company. I saw a lot of people saying they would have no issue if Linden Labs bought Fur Affinity. And... I don't really know what my opinion is on that, to be honest, since I'm not a Second Life person. But I just, for some reason, a lot of people that I was following on Twitter were like, oh, why don't Linden Labs buy FA? And that was the other complaint, is that a lot of people don't know what IMVU is, because IMVU is a lot more restrictive in terms of customizing your character and being able to do what you want in your own spaces, unlike Second Life, where you can pretty much live out your fetishes. So,
I have never tread there since... long times ago.
I have it installed and I'm just not into it. Although right now, as we speak, FurCast is being streamed on Second Life.
Hi, Second Life.
And in the Pause Up Radio area. So hi, everybody on Pause Up Radio who's listening.
Listening to us.
Listening to us right now.
I've never ventured there before. In a Second Life, I mean.
In a Second Life.
Into it. In a Second Life, yeah, I've never.
You never done it?
No, I've never done it.
I think I still have a profile on there.
I'm going to make Third Life.
Fuck Third Life. It's just in the clouds.
Yeah. No, it starts by you're a person, but then you're at a computer, and then you have to make a person inside of the computer.
Yeah, actually, what happens is you start playing the game, and it's just like Second Life, but your first task is to build a computer, and then load Third Life onto the computer in the game. Yeah, The Onion actually did a video on that.
It's getting pretty deep.
It was called World of Warcraft. It was a game about playing a person who plays World of Warcraft. It was funny.
Then take them to the bathroom and then eat food so their stamina stays high.
It's so great. If I press the shift key on my keyboard, you can see the character on screen will then press shift on his keyboard. It's really interactive. It was great. But yeah, so final thoughts on this. I mean...
To be honest, I still want to do more of a formal interview and actually get the people involved.
Yeah, by the way, if any staff of IMVU or any staff of FA are listening right now, we would love to interview you and get your perspective and kind of your side of the story. Because obviously, like 90% of the freaking news that's written up anywhere is all speculation and people freaking out about various things. And not only would it be great to clear that up, but it would also just be great to get like your perspective or, how it happened or,
Well, we really originally going to do that, but it was just kind of spontaneous this week of
it happened so close to us doing the show, and we couldn't get an interview, and everybody was going insane. I mean, fuck. Even the Flay-Raw article, you guys know Flay-Raw, it's the news website that we read a lot. The Flay-Raw article, the scroll bar is like tiny as hell on my screen because there's so many people talking in the comments. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, there's so many comments. And even FA. I mean, FA actually, for me personally, it actually, I think it might not have been FA's fault. I think this was just, Cloudflare's fault, but FA actually went down when the announcement went out. I was trying to refresh FA and I couldn't load it. And again, I don't think that was FA's fault. I think that was Cloudflare had a routing issue, but still, yeah. So there you go. Just IMVU owns FA, a non-furry company.
What do they own?
What? I don't know.
Is that a candy bar? Zeros and ones in the internet.
Yeah. What is FA? I've never heard of this before.
It's a candy bar, right?
Candy bar. It's candy bar.
FA Crunch.
FA Crunch.
Didn't you have some news about something else happening with an art site happening, possibly?
What?
Didn't you have something about an art site happening?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Because of the whole controversy kind of spawned another controversy. Well, not really controversy, but a, choice.
So, let me see if I can pull this up. I'm really not sure if I'm going to be able to. That's not their domain name. You gotta remember, it's got a dash in it. Let's see if we can do this before we go on our break. We're late for a break here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Press media.
These cookies are like shouting at me. They're like, eat me.
Eat it.
No,
Eat
wait
one.
for the break. You can't just tell me to eat one.
What's funny though is like you originally didn't want to have any part of like even discussing it, and then I was like,
No, I'm
let's
not
get
talking
interviews and just have them. We'll do a legit.
Yeah, I originally didn't want to discuss this FA thing because like I said, I'm just kind of, it's bothering me that it has to matter so much, like crazy to people. It's at this point, like, even if you're not going to leave FA, it's a good idea to just not depend on one website. I mean, if you're going to complain that FA is badly run, fine, and I understand complaining about like the donation stuff, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like you're donating to something. It's not like you pay a fee. As much as it sucks, FA doesn't exactly owe you anything
Yet.
What do you mean?
Pay a fee yet.
Oh yeah,
you gotta buy YIF credits.
Yeah, YIF credits. I was laughing so hard when I saw that.
So this is from the Bad Dragon official Twitter. This is it's bad-dragon.com/artsite.html. Hello everyone. As of today, we are announcing a new project. A community site for the furry fandom. We are interested in the process of setting up a development blog and regularly post updates as the development proceeds. The furry fandom is an amazing, vibrant community, blah, 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 blah. We believe that it should be quick and easy for everybody to contribute to the community, for people who simply watch other artists through commissioners or character owners, all the way to amateur professional artists looking to earn a living doing what they do best. Artists are important to the community, blah, 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 blah. Of course, it's not all about the money, payments, and systems. It's about the community, a sense of belonging, and the ability to enjoy all there is to offer in the fandom. As such, we feel it is important that there is no barrier to entry. Content should be freely available with as few restrictions as possible. Our core focus on this project is building the site the fandom deserves and giving back to the community. We want everyone to be happy and spend more time on their interest. Questions, comments, we welcome them. Please email artsite@bad-dragon.com and I will respond directly, as well as any update to this project on the frequently asked questions. Thanks, Varka, the Bad Dragon team. So first of all, shout out to Bad Dragon, and also second shout out to Varka, both of which are fucking awesome. I think they should totally do this because
the only reason why I dislike it is every time there's FA drama, a new art site is born.
Mm-hmm. Good, because there should be more art websites.
I agree and disagree. Because now there's So Furry, which existed well before, they kind of like offspring, because there wasn't too many. I'd say Fur Affinity was never, and I still think is not a website for stories. I mean, there are stories on FA, but I feel like more people go to FA.
More people go to FA is I guess the biggest hub. Then there's So Furry, which has a lot of stories. There's Ink Bunny, which has.
That was what I was going to say. Is Ink Bunny came from FA banning Cub, so then Ink Bunny exists pretty much as that kind of offset.
Well, everybody jokes of that, but I know there's plenty of other content on Ink Bunny.
I know there's plenty of other, because there's an artist that I like to watch that left FA for when Ink Bunny was the only other.
And then there's Weasel, which I know a lot of people on FA have been moving to lately as their main thing. And some people argue that Weasel is just as questionable as FA. I don't really know. That's all speculation, but I have a Weasel account. I personally like it.
I just wanted to say the discussion of that. I feel like every time there is some kind of big issue with FA, someone else creates another website around it when it could have been just... I feel like there are better ways to manage it and to kind of combine the community rather than segregate it to each known, preference of whatever, because it's just going to cause it all to fall apart eventually.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to sites and which ones to go to, which one do you belong to, which one do you set.
Now, we have that perspective, but I'd like to also bring in the perspective that every website Varka owns is amazing.
No, I'm not saying that another one won't be good. I'm just saying that it has to be developed. It has to be created.
I agree. I'm just pointing out that Varka is a kick-ass sysadmin. So, I trust that Bad Dragon would do it very well. Knowing Bad Dragon and the way they deal with quality and the way they deal with running all of the other websites that Varka owns. Great example, E621.
And FurCast.com.
And FurCast.com, not FurCast.fm. Varka actually owns FurCast.
When we first started.
That was a website.
No. I don't know if it's FurCast.com. There's one guy who owns FurCast.com, and then there's a couple of other people who own .net and .org and stuff like that.
I forgot because we were laughing because they were doing it. They're going to do wasn't when we first started.
They wanted to start a streaming website, not a podcast website, though. So
call it FurCast, and then we kind of stole that. Oops. No, but I thought it was funny as all hell when we found out when we originally tried to just do a different, because what was it? It was furcast.xanacreations.com was our original site, which we still kind of use in emails and stuff like that. But until we went over to FM. But I remember us searching for another site because we wanted to do furcast.com or furcast.net. How many episodes ago? How many? I can't even imagine. There's probably episodes.
At least 100 episodes ago or more.
More, I would say more than that.
Way more than that. Maybe 150.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, before we go on break, I'm going to play a video. And this is just kind of a funny video. For those of you who watch Vsauce on YouTube, I'm a huge fan of Vsauce. Oh my God.
Calm down there.
Vsauce did a video this week about awkwardness, as in social awkwardness.
Oh, so the furry fandom.
Well, exactly that. You joke about it, but I feel like it is kind of relevant to furries, and it's interesting. It's basically the scientific aspect of, the kind of the emotional side of awkwardness and what it stems from and what it means and everything like that. It's absolutely fantastic video. I am going to play the whole thing because we're kind of going to treat it as part of the break, so maybe we'll play one track after that. So I know some people always complain when we play longer videos full on out. Bandit, talking to you. But yeah, it's 13 minutes long, and we'll be back after that, and maybe some music instead of our normal break. And I hope you guys enjoy. We'll just give this a play.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Not knowing what to do with your hands, or offering a handshake when the other person offers a fist bump. Forgetting someone's name. Not having anything to say and forgetting your phone at home so you can't be distracted by it. Getting caught staring at a stranger. Striking up a conversation with someone you don't know in a bathroom. Someone oversharing, telling a group too much information. Overhearing a couple breaking up. Noticing food in someone's teeth, but not telling them, and well, now it's been too long and bringing it up would be weird. Smelling a fart in an elevator that wasn't yours, but well, now you can't even react to it or mention that you've noticed it or pretend you even know what a fart is. All of those things are awkward. We don't like awkwardness. It makes us uncomfortable, cringe. But what is awkwardness? Why is it good? And who is the main character of the universe? To really understand awkwardness, we need to put it in context with the entire family of forces that guide social behavior. Think of this sheet of cardboard as a list of all possible behaviors. It's not infinite because of the limits of science and biology. You can't move faster than light or be in 2 places at once. You can't wear pants made out of molten lead. Next, there are legal limits, the laws of the state. They delineate what you agree not to do, lest the authorities punish you. Murder, stealing, speeding. What's left is molded by the finer tool of social expectations. It's not illegal to chew with your mouth open or not cover a sneeze on a crowded bus or act disrespectfully, but it is frowned upon, punished not by the police, but by social ostracism, public opprobrium, being called rude, gross, mean, annoying. Awkwardness is the finest tool. It sands social dynamics by smoothing out what even etiquette doesn't rule on. It's not a violation of the laws of physics to accidentally hug someone for longer than they expected. It's not against the law either, and the etiquette for how long a hug should last isn't black and white. But it is awkward. Like touching a hot stove or getting a parking fine or losing friends, awkwardness nudges us to avoid certain actions in the future and smooth things out when they happen. People who demonstrate self-consciousness when needed are communicating cooperative intentions, which helps them get along well with others. It's no coincidence that brains susceptible to feeling occasional awkwardness would become so common. They're successful at cooperating, at social life. Feeling awkward shows that you understand and are keen on smooth social exchanges. Now, too much or too little concern for social rules isn't healthy, but research has found that just the right amount is great. When a person shows remorse or embarrassment or awkward discomfort when appropriate, others perceive them as being more trustworthy and their actions as more forgivable. And it's not just perception. Such individuals also tend to be more objectively pro-social when tested, kinder, more generous. Even when a person is completely oblivious to a faux pas they've committed, awkwardness still arises. People around them can feel uncomfortable. It's called vicarious embarrassment, and it's a function of empathy, the ability to feel what others feel, or will feel when or if they realize what they've just done. The more EEE someone is, that is, easily empathetically embarrassed, the harder it is for them to sit through other people's cringe-inducing moments, even fictional ones like in cringe comedy. Research has found that being more easily empathetically embarrassed does not correlate to being more easily embarrassed yourself. Instead, it's linked to being more empathetic, an important capacity for social creatures to have. Our seemingly counterintuitive attraction to viewing cringy moments, like say bad American Idol auditions, is perhaps then just a light form of morbid curiosity. You may think that awkwardness is totally different from physical pain or outright name-calling, but your brain would disagree. You see, research has found that social missteps activate, among other regions, the secondary somatosensory cortex and dorsal posterior insula, areas of the brain that are also connected to the sensation of physical pain. Our brains process the breaking of social standards and the breaking of bones through similar neural pathways. Likewise, the same sympathetic nervous system that mobilizes you to deal with physical threats, fight or flight, is activated by social challenges where awkwardness or embarrassment might be at stake, like events where you are very aware of being watched, speaking in front of a group, or embarrassing yourself in front of onlookers, or having nothing to say on a first date. Awkward silence. Your blood pressure increases, causing you to overheat and sweat. Oxygen is needed for fighting and running, so breathing increases and digestion shuts down, causing nausea and butterflies in your stomach. Your body instinctively contracts into a protective fetal position, and fighting that reaction to act natural makes you shake. Blood vessels in your extremities contract to prioritize major organs, leaving you with cold fingers and toes and nose. These symptoms don't alleviate awkwardness. They compound it, but that's history's fault. Long before human social dynamics were complicated enough to involve, is it one kiss or two, or politics at Thanksgiving dinner, we developed primitive reactions to physical threats and haven't had enough time yet to evolve newer ones. Self-conscious anxiety can be tough to get out of our minds after we've done something awkward. Fixating on social blunders is easy and hard to overcome. Why was I so unsure, so unconfident, so awkward? Well, some of the blame may lie with the neurotransmitter oxytocin. Oxytocin is sometimes called the love hormone because it modulates prosocial feelings like trust and attachment, which it does. In fact, nasal sprays of oxytocin are being used to increase trust during couples therapy and in the reduction of anxiety and depression. Though there are fears that it could also be used to deviously increase trust and make a person more susceptible to con artist schemes. But oxytocin also modulates negative social feelings like fear and anxiety. A dose of it makes people better at recognizing the facial expressions for disgust and fright. It's also involved in the feelings that make us approach or avoid certain social stimuli. And it may play a role in making positive and negative social interactions more salient in our memories. That is, stand out more, command more of our attention after the fact, make us think about them more. Negative ones especially, because of what psychologists call negativity bias. All things being equal, negative social interactions and negative emotions have a greater impact on our mental states than positive ones. In fact, we have more words for negative emotions than positive ones, and a richer vocabulary to describe them. Thus, such memories and thoughts can be tough to just get over. What does the other person think of me? I was so awkward. Are they telling other people? We replay social encounters in our heads over and over again. Surely the person we were awkward with remembers us the same way we're remembering ourselves and is equally fixated on that awkward thing we did. Or are they? A great wet blanket for smothering the fire of self-conscious anxieties is perspective. Consider the famous advice of Eleanor Roosevelt. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized how seldom they do. As much as you obsess over yourself, you're not the first thing on everyone else's minds. They're worried about themselves, what you think about them, and more importantly, what they think about themselves. You're not the center of their world. Another famous old piece of advice tells us that in your 20s and 30s, you worry about what other people think about you. In your 40s and 50s, you stop worrying what other people think about you. And then finally, in your 60s and 70s, you realize that they were never thinking about you in the first place. The tendency to act and think as though you are the true main character of the universe has been called protagonist disease. It seeps into our behavior all the time. For instance, the fundamental attribution error. When evaluating actions, you often view yourself as a complex character acted upon by various challenges and antagonists, whereas other people are seen as just one-dimensional background characters with simple, unchanging roles. The guy who took way too long ordering in front of you this morning, well, he's obviously just an innately annoying person. That's his entire purpose. But when you take too long ordering, well, it's because the staff was unhelpful or you were flustered, preoccupied by an earlier conversation. You are the main character after all. You know a lot more about what's going on in your life. It's easy to live like that. There isn't time or mental space to consider every other person as complicated and fully fleshed out. But they are. The realization of this has a name given to it by the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, one of my favorite resources and now YouTube channels. They wrap profound concepts up in tiny little word packages. To be sure, giving something a name doesn't show that you know it or how to feel about it, but nonetheless, words put handles on things so we can manipulate them, hold them down, offer them to others, feel bigger than the concepts they label. Now, their word for acknowledging that you are just an extra in other people's stories, not even cast in most of them, is sonder. This is their definition of it. Sonder, the realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own, populated with their own ambitions, friends, routines, worries, and inherited craziness. An epic story that continues invisibly around you like an anthill sprawling deep underground with elaborate passageways to thousands of other lives that you'll never know existed, in which you might only appear once, as an extra sipping coffee in the background, as a blur of traffic passing on the highway, as a lighted window at dusk. Acknowledging this makes your awkwardness look small, but it also makes all of you look small. Tiny, a needle in a giant haystack, but nonetheless in possession of a big idea. Your blemishes are lost from far away, and so is your uniqueness, but the view from way up here, well, it's unbeatable. And as always, thanks for watching.
Welcome back to FurCast. That is such a good song.
I love that song.
It's great. So anyway, so welcome back, guys. So before we move on to emails, Farrah, you had a thingamajig you wanted to discuss.
There's a video.
There's a video?
Yeah, there's a video.
Oh, did you give this to me?
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't tell me that there was a video of this.
Yes, I did when we were just talking about
No, you didn't. You said you wanted to talk about it, but you didn't say there was a video. Where's the video? Where is it?
It's green.
Where is it?
It's labeled as green, and if you scroll down.
Okay, I'm scrolling.
Okay.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll load that up while you talk. Do I have to play the audio from it or what?
No, there really isn't that much audio for it. So.
Okay, so I'm just showing this in the video.
No, yeah, don't show it yet. Don't show it yet.
Okay,
all
right.
You're giving it away.
Okay,
Don't do it.
All right.
Yet.
Okay, I didn't stop showing it.
I was just reading the chat room. Did you know that there's a mod for Minecraft that has FurCast playing in it?
Really?
Really?
Someone stated, I didn't know.
That's kind of awesome. Okay.
We really need to do a Minecraft server just because.
I kind of want to just remind everybody who's listening in that FurCast is public domain. Like, you can literally do whatever you want with it. So if you guys want to put it somewhere or, like, put our stream in your Second Life Club or, do whatever, just do it. And pretty much all of our broadcast is non-proprietary. Like, we're using RTMP, RTSP, HLS, and HTTP streaming over Icecast. So you can pretty much do, like, just about anything, and all of our episodes are, let's see, MP3 over HTTP and YouTube. So, yeah, have fun, guys. But anyway,
I probably should just buy another gaming PC for the studio or something, and then just have a Minecraft server that runs out of the studio.
I just built one today.
You don't need a gaming PC. Well, okay, Java runs a lot of memory. You realize you could just pay for, like, a Linode or something and just do it that way?
You could do it that way.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
I'll give you my old computer. I don't need it anymore.
I like running it like from a network that we have control over.
Yeah. Well, it would be nice if we could replace the auxiliary playout computer in here, which is still a single core. So maybe we should replace that first and then run the Minecraft server off the single core.
We could do that, and then we can install the mod, and then people can just listen to our show while they play Minecraft on our server.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because it's Minecraft.
Minecraft? Why does it Minecraft? Why would you want to put it in the studio? That's a terrible idea. Do you have any idea how bad the peering is on my ISP?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, the company that you work for that I'm regularly hacking has slightly better routing. But, I mean, the main ISP of the studio has horrible routing, so we probably shouldn't do that. It's really bad peering. I would not trust
We'd
it.
probably have to be business class, because then we're running a server, which actually breaks T's terms of service.
You think I care about the TOS?
Yeah, I know. I've never read.
Oh, that's great, yeah. No, but seriously, we just get a Linode. Like, it'd be so much easier.
I see. Granted, I know there's a lot of people out there that say, we could run a Minecraft server for you. I mean, great. That's awesome.
Right,
but I'd rather.
If we do DigitalOcean, can you run a Minecraft server on FreeBSD, or is it only Linux? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Because if you could run it on FreeBSD, you could get a DigitalOcean server even cheaper. Well, no, you can put Linux on a digital. But I'm just saying DigitalOcean because they're a little bit more flexible with that. Really depends, though. We also have a dedicated server that has a shit ton of memory that does nothing but host the FurCast episodes, so we could probably just put it on there. I'm already running game servers on there. We run an Urban Terror server, and we used to run a BZ Flag server, and everything else. So, yeah. Anyway, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, I had an article. As I'm so behind in the chat. I'm still trying to scroll and keep up with the chat, but it's not happening. It's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
So, buy a handheld flamethrower while it's still legal.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Did you want me to show the video for this?
I want to buy one.
You want to buy one?
I want to buy one. I want to melt all the snow.
How much are they?
I will read the article.
Whoa.
Listening
to the front. Okay. Don't know why that jingle played. This board just messed up. Sorry.
You're listening to FurCast now.
Yeah. You guys are apparently listening to FurCast.
Wait, we are?
Yes, I meant to unmute that channel and I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that, guys. That was the jingle for our other radio show.
Anyway, let's see you hotshots try and cook bacon with this. And I think there's someone actually who cooking bacon with a flamethrower.
All right, I'm gonna show the video of it. Well, while you talk, go ahead.
Okay. The XM42 is a portable, handheld flamethrower that shoots plumes of ignited fuel 20 to 25 feet. It was developed in Detroit. Of course it would be.
Damn it, not Florida.
Wow, this thing looks pretty... Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
That thing is scary. Holy shit.
No, that is beautiful. And I want it to melt all the snow. That's what I want.
I honestly would love this to just melt all the snow in my front yard. There's several feet of snow.
I would just melt, like, that's how I would plow my driveway. I would just be out there wasting so much gas, being a terrible person to the environment, but it'd be the most badass way to melt snow.
See, it's funny that you mentioned that, because a man in Fargo was arrested for clearing snow with a flamethrower.
We actually read a story about that recently, I think. Didn't we?
He's probably doing it inappropriately.
He was yelling, "Kill it with fire."
Was he? Apparently.
That's what it says.
Anyhow, it was developed by a Detroit-based Ion Productions, who have been refining the design since and making a prototype which first started in 2008. An Ion representative told the Huffington Post then in an email that the flamethrower is intended for utility and entertainment. Okay. Utility.
Utility.
What kind of utility?
What kind of utility is this?
You just have that itch you need to scratch with a 25-foot flame.
Honey, where's my lighter? Oh, you don't need that.
All the way across the room.
Thanks.
It's not for spiders, I would hope so. I mean, granted, people would want to use this for spiders, but I feel like...
I would use it for those 5-foot ants that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, the 2-inch long ants, yeah.
You know this would be great for?
What?
Road rage.
If you got...
That's how that semi got set on fire the other day.
Really?
No.
No.
Oh.
Yes, really.
Could you imagine getting pissed off at someone at like a car accident and just coming out with a flamethrower and just burning someone's car?
Yeah, he pulls out like his handgun. You're like, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, I got a flamethrower. Fuck your handgun.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Oh, I see you got a gun. You're just like...
Just throw like a 25-foot flame. Pretty sure that person would be like, "Cape, you win."
Does the thing explain like what, like, does it use napalm like a typical flamethrower would?
The XM42's website lists its a practical use as clearing brush, melting ice, and getting rid of insects.
Wow, that's exactly what I would use it for.
But think twice before you use it to kill spiders in your laundry room, as you may start your house on fire like this one person did.
Lawsuit.
Is there a video of that?
I wanted to click on this just to make sure. That was man burns down house trying to kill spider with homemade flamethrower.
Florida.
Florida? Texas,
let me
actually.
see.
I'm going with Texas.
Seattle.
So Washington. Damn it.
Wow.
That's not part of the game.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's out of bounds.
Tries to rid the spider.
But yeah, so that's pretty crazy. You can just randomly leave.
The man told firefighters that he saw a spider in his laundry room and decided that the best way to kill it was with a lighter and a spray can of paint.
Oh, that's not...
That's not the same flamethrower,
yeah,
though.
I thought... No.
Obviously, that's why he set his house on fire.
Yeah, he didn't use the safe flamethrower.
He didn't use the safe flamethrower. Obviously, this one's safer.
I've got the safety on. It's all good. It's a non-lethal flame.
I really want to buy one just to put a safety on it. No, wait. Oh, it's not working. Just turn off the safety. And like the safety just like does like a lighter's light. It's only like 2 inches. Why isn't it working? Oh, safety's on.
Wow. So how much is it? You still haven't...
I'm continuing. I got distracted by the spiders.
Hurry up.
We strongly encourage use in only a safe outdoor area free from inadvertent flammable objects and definitely away from others, wrote Chris Byers, CEO of the project lead.
It's not fun then.
Hey, catch this flame.
In other words, what the man is saying is don't use it as a weapon.
That's what I want to use it.
It looks like... Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can pause the video really quick. So, okay, we got the muzzle right there, but let me see. I'm gonna pause it. Oh, damn, I missed it.
America! Fuck yeah!
Like, it's very... Yeah, this video is very... let's see.
Anyhow, there is an Indiegogo campaign running right now.
Done. Where's the website?
For the portable flamethrower, which the campaign actually launches on the 23rd. It'll cost $699 to $799.
Perfect.
Depending on the finish and customization you want with the flamethrower. Engadget reports that the XM42 is actually legal in every state except California.
Sucks to be you.
Fucking Californians. So let's buy one. Let's buy.
I'm ready.
$200 each.
I'm ready
one right now. Fuck you guys. I'm buying my own.
He's like PayPal ready to go.
Support the campaign. Where's my credit card? Oh, I have to wait until the 23rd.
It's a pragmatic dream come true. A personal portable flamethrower amazingly still legal everywhere except California.
Like, that thing looks like it's how?
I'd buy it.
Look at that thing. Like, it's not. Wow.
It spews a column of 87 octane flame. So 87 octane, so it's gasoline.
Yo, put 93 in there. Put race gas in there.
Let's soup it up. Let's soup it up. Put some NOS. We got this.
Some nitrous. A turbocharger.
I don't know. Wow. That thing's scary.
Wow, they actually made it. It's suitable for everything from clearing snow, like exactly what we were saying we wanted it for.
You read that earlier. That's what I said. It said clearing snow or killing bugs.
I want one.
I would
totally take out a wasp nest with that thing.
I'm definitely getting one of these. I think I'm going to probably buy one of these. I honestly think I'm going to buy a flamethrower.
I don't.
Like, how could you not buy a flamethrower?
Yeah,
like,
but you know what? I can see them being outlawed in New York State.
I could see,
but they aren't yet. So.
Yeah, but okay, it launches on the 23rd, and what's today? 20. There's 2 days for New York to be like.
Do you think everyone in New York realizes that this is happening?
For all we know, Governor Cuomo is watching our show right now.
I mean, obviously the government watches FurCast.
So the reason why there's different prices is there will be 3 different finishes.
Oh.
There will be a brushed aluminum for $6.99, and either a polished aluminum or a colored powdered coat for $7.99.
Is it custom?
I know people that can powder coat. I'll do it. Just buy the cheaper one, and I'll have it powder coated.
Yeah,
I know people.
Wow, CJ is getting taken care of business over here.
I got you guys.
Save $100.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's funding the campaigns. I mean, you're
fuck the campaign.
Well, that's how it's getting funded.
All right. Well,
I mean, yes. I mean, yeah.
Fine, support it. Just get blue. I'll get pink.
Can we cross flames?
Yes.
You never cross the flames.
You just wait. We're going to.
We're gonna die.
We have to stand.
You guys are gonna be an article on FurCast.
We are gonna be
2 buffalo men die when they cross their flames.
We have to do it in suit. So when our suits start on fire,
it'll just be cute. It'll just be cute.
Oh, look at how adorable they are. They're on fire.
And no one will save us.
Oh, so cute. I'm gonna post this to FA.
This is personal flame. It's like, that's how the article starts. Is this flamethrower is actually somehow legal in 49 states?
It is, yeah.
How, like, what is the law in California that's preventing it from being legal?
Well, they have. Oh wait, no, there's 2.
2.
Looks like Maryland, according to their map.
Well, nobody lives in Maryland except several of my friends, so that's okay.
Trees live there.
Trees. There's too many trees. The trees will get offended.
Yeah, that's why.
And
wait, is that Maryland? I don't know my states.
I don't know. I don't know my states.
What state is that?
Washington D.C. is right near there.
Is that Maryland? I think that's Maryland.
What's the one right below PA?
Not Virginia or not West Virginia.
There's Tennessee, Virginia.
No. It's like the small one.
It's like right below. It's the one that looks like a flamethrower.
Really? Why is this? Because
okay, Florida looks like a friggin'.
Florida looks like a penis.
Florida abandoned schools because it looks like a gun.
Does the average American have a jungle filled with Viet Cong they have to handle or something?
No, zombies.
No, I would never fight a zombie with a flamethrower.
I would never either.
They would
because then it's going to come toward you, and
then they're like, you have flaming
You're right.
zombies.
Shut up.
That's like an upgrade. Then you're just upgrading them. That's all you're doing.
Maybe I want the challenge. Regular zombies are boring. I want flaming zombies.
I want my zombies on fire.
Looks like we got a badass over here.
Yeah, regular zombies are for pussies.
I don't want regular zombies. I just want my fucking flaming zombies.
You know what, though? We really should try to cook bacon with it.
Remember that time that we grilled bacon and almost started a grease fire?
We did start a grease fire.
But then the second time when we almost did, then we tried to start a grease fire and we couldn't.
Remember how good that bacon was on the grill?
That was some damn good bacon.
Wait, what was the actual website that they had?
XM42.com?
Is it XM42.com?
I think it is XM42.com, yeah. Anyway, all right. Are you ready for emails, guys?
Sure.
All right. Let me just,
enthusiastic.
Yeah, let's do it.
See, that's what I like. Oh.
No, look at the elbow. Look at the elbow. That was better.
Wow.
We need an email.
Me and Pharaoh horribly singing that. So I have an email, and it is forward, attention required. Your website may be in trouble. FurCast.fm. Oh, this is pretty serious. Hi, team. Apparently we're a team. I trust you are doing well. I had a privilege to review your website. We'd like to conclude that it is a well-built website. However, a detailed analysis suggests that your website can be improved in several ways to generate sales and revenue from the internet. If you would like, you can send me a complete list of upgrades and improvements. We would love to analyze and send you a brief quote on your website. We follow a simple yet effective approach to promote your website. Our team does an in-depth analysis of your business until... Yeah, it's spam. This is spam.
It wasn't IMVU?
Hello, I am Jonathan from Microsoft
Best regards
support.
from Donald Jackson, SEO consultant. There we go. Look at this, guys. They're going to help us with search engine optimization.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Our proprietary white hat techniques, which is bolded in the email. Should you have any questions, please let us know. Yeah, so if anybody wants to let them know. It's donaldjackson6774@gmail.com. It's apparently this email where you can... you guys can help out the FurCast website by paying these people tons of money to do nothing. So there we go. So it's first email tonight. And Pharaoh is not getting into
I just want to know more about this flamethrower.
I was showing that video.
No, I didn't watch the video.
Oh, God. I'm glad that you wanted me to show a video that you never watched.
Because I was reading the article. What do you want me to do?
I thought you had the article ahead of time.
Let's start a GoFundMe, and we'll call it Get Pharaoh a Flamethrower.
Why don't we just get FurCast a flamethrower?
You could put the logo on the side of
Paradox, I know you want
a FurCast flamethrower.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking about that.
We can mount it to the top of your van.
What?
Mount it to the top of your van.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude, we'll get 3 of them.
Paint the van with like an A-team like paint. Yes.
Yes.
And then we'll just cut a hole in the top, and then you can just like...
I'm down. Dude,
we're doing it.
My next purchase is going to be like a submarine hat for the top of the van.
Beautiful.
Can we please do that? Because that'd be fucking amazing. Could it have to spin though? It has to spin. It has to spin.
Yes.
The valve on it.
Yes.
Wait, who is it? What's his name from the Marine base?
Who?
It starts with N.
Nobushki,
yes.
Whatever, yeah. He's a good guy.
He might have a portal we can use.
He probably does. He's like, oh, I got like 8 of them in my basement.
Remember the air horn? What was it he had that he repaired?
Yeah. I want to get a truck air horn for it too.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Get another email ready if you can.
It logged me out.
Dear FurCast crew, I'm 18 years old and I live in the literal middle of nowhere. The next big city is about a 2-hour drive from my home. I attend the monthly fur meets there pretty regularly and have gotten close to a lot of furs there. Since driving there takes a lot of time, my meets usually go far beyond midnight, and I usually stay with someone over the weekend after the meet and the sex with them if we're both in the mood for it. One guy who I'm particularly close to wanted to have me at his place for more than a month, which was no problem for me. Now, about a year after I first stayed with him, he told me that he's getting jealous when he knows I'm staying with someone else, which I started doing every other weekend when there's no meet that weekend some time ago. He said that he felt as if it was not, quote, good enough for me and I seek other people because of that and is afraid of losing me.
Would they ever have a relationship to begin with?
I repeatedly told him that I still like him and feel very safe with him, and he told me that he sees my point, but it's much more of a subconscious thing. I'm the only one he has this problem with, and I attribute it to the fact that he can't just call me and have me over within an hour like other people. I asked him if I should stop seeing other people for some time until he feels more comfortable about it, but he declined because he thinks preventing me from seeing other people would just drive me away from him even faster. I'm not sure what to do about all that since he knows that I like him and that meeting other people doesn't make him less, doesn't make me like him less. And according to him, it's just confidence thing. I don't want to make him feel as if he's not good enough for me. Your Austrian kitty. Crash. Okay. Wow.
That's a lot.
This is interesting. I don't really know because they're not in a relationship or anything.
Was there any other defined relationship codes of conduct that was ever even discussed?
No.
So pretty much you're just friends with benefits, to be honest.
Yeah, I would honestly say just go do your thing. Hang out with other people, go to the meets, hang out with this guy, just do the thing. And
Just do
if
the
they have a
thing.
problem with it, then it's their problem. Like, if it's not, he's getting jealous. The guy's right, though. I mean, forcing you to only hang out with him would probably just ruin it. I would say just keep living your life, going to meets, hanging out with all kinds of people, hang out with this person, and that's it. And if it never ends, then it never ends. Yeah.
Or if you want to start dating, then start dating. I don't know, but you said you don't really like them.
But
just like
starting to date still wouldn't stop you from staying over at other people's houses when you go to a meet.
But then you could have predefined, ideas of if you were going to have a relationship or having open relationship, or even have like something that you have that's confined, rather than just something that's up in the air about nothing. So
yeah, okay, I could agree.
So that's what I was saying.
You guys think anything of this? Like, I don't know.
No, I agree with him.
I don't think it would be healthy, like, because I don't want to use the word relationship because there isn't one, but it wouldn't be healthy to be in a relationship if someone's going to be controlling and be like, you can't see other people, but like not like see them sexually, like just hang out with people. Because there has to be that level of
what
trust.
I'm thinking is when these things go into other people's houses on the weekends.
Well, yeah.
I'm putting in assumptions to this, but I feel like.
Well, then
that's
there's a
being
problem with
implied.
trust there.
Yeah.
Because
But there's not really a problem with trust because there's nothing already established.
There's
There's
no
nothing
relationship.
established.
This person's like assuming that whenever they go over to somebody else's house that they're just gonna fuck.
Maybe they do.
And clearly that person doesn't want that though.
But that's fine. That's
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, so this person should just like chill out.
He's SOL.
There's no relationship.
There's nothing special between them.
Yeah. You guys aren't exclusive.
You came over to my house. You came over to my house. We said sex. I'm kind of jealous that you have sex with other people, but you just come over to my house. We've never defined anything. I feel like it's just unjust. I'm not sound mean. It's
Pharaoh.
just,
Pharaoh.
It's
I'm
just-
jealous when you hang out with any other people. Why don't you just only come over to my house?
Well, I'm jealous your mother only makes you cookies and not me. And you don't even eat the cookies.
That's why you got Girl Scout cookies.
What?
That's why you got those.
I don't like the cookies that my mother makes.
Exactly. I do like the cookies.
They're like these peanut butter gluten-free things, and I just
Why
don't
don't you
like
let
them.
me eat the cookies?
Yeah, you can have. Yes, you guys can probably all have them.
Well, then you should tell her to make cookies for me and not make cookies for you.
Well, she usually offers them to you.
I know. I eat them.
Mommy's cookies.
Okay. Pharaoh, I'm jealous that you have a desire to eat cookies besides the one my mother's makes. Anyway.
I'm confused now.
You should be a one cookie man.
The cookies are jealous. They are.
I could never eat one cookie.
You should need just other cookies.
Those sunglasses you're wearing now are really intense.
Are they?
Yeah, they're really.
They're like rainbow.
They're pretty intense right now.
Oh, hey.
Right there.
Let's see if I can see if the other
Whoa!
You look like.
Whoa!
I don't know what you look like.
Slow your roll, cowboy.
You look like a poker player.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Good, because I can't play poker at all.
That's pretty intense right there, Pharaoh. I don't know. Pharaoh, for those of you who are only listening to the audio feed, Pharaoh's wearing some pretty rock solid sunglasses right here.
And of course, they're blue.
Yeah, they're blue sunglasses. You can't see anything, can you?
Where did you get those? You just like pull them out of your butt.
That's where they came from, his butt.
Oh.
Storage. Yeah, I don't use it for anything else.
Yeah. What? What do you use your butt for?
Don't worry about it. Storage, actually.
So where you keep all your cars?
Yep.
I don't play poker with anyone because all I'll do is just lose money because I can't play poker.
Hey, you want to play poker?
No, not at all.
I'm just not a fan of gambling in general.
Well, you're just a buzzkill.
I've never been to a casino.
I've
Really?
been.
Yeah.
The last time I was in a
Never.
casino was when I was like 6 years old because we were going through the casino to get to the hotel it was connected to when my family vacationed to Vegas. That is the last time I was in a casino.
Didn't you go to the casino in suit? Or you were thinking about it?
No, that was for New Year's?
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It was...
You'd probably get kicked out of the
Yeah.
Oh, no, of course you would.
You know what it was? It was Dex. He's like, yo, let's go to the casino. I'm like, in a costume. In a casino.
With security.
With Matt.
High security. And they can't see your face. He's like, yeah, no big deal, right? I'm like, you're retarded. I was like, I was to the point. I'm like, go ahead. I want to watch. I want to see what's going to happen. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Be my guest. Like, do it. Please.
Be my...
He didn't do it.
So I have just a quick one, but I found funny because I just wanted to discuss it. Was question personal favorite SFW or NSFW?
Why does it have to matter? Why can't I just like a piece of artwork for being a piece of artwork and not have to classify it?
I really like
the entire idea of classifying something into SFW and NSFW. To me, it should be unnecessary because I don't even like the idea that sex is like sacred or special or something like that. And it really upsets me that it's like, oh, this is one art piece, but this art piece has a dick, so it's different.
No, it's about what you can look at in the workplace. So safe for work is okay to look at because there's not a dick on your work screen. Not safe for work was pretty much that was the whole definition of it. Is stuff that you could look at while at work.
Well, unless you work at like a porn workshop,
then nothing would be.
There'd
be no such thing.
Then fucking work at AdamandEve.com and then you're good.
But I still like the discussion on Twitter that I wish not safe for work was people doing unsafe acts at work. And what not to do.
Not safe for work. It's like some guy climbing on top of a desk.
Like I really want to have a not safe for work calendar. Like that's gonna be my thing. I just want a not safe for work of people doing things that they shouldn't be doing at
like
work.
They're up on like a ladder and they don't have the chain on properly. And it's like, oh.
They're like sitting upside down in their chair.
The fire extinguisher is expired.
There's like a letter that says like "Do not throw out," and they're like about to put it into a shredder. Like.
You're walking in the outdoor. Ooh,
badass. Bad. Oh, bad.
I don't know who did. I saw it on Twitter. That's why I was like quoting it because I thought that'd be the funniest fucking thing is just making like a non-safe for work calendar and then having it in my cubicle.
I agree. I would like that. Would be very interesting.
As soon as I have a window seat, pretty soon.
A window seat.
Moving up in the world.
I was in your building like a couple days ago.
I know you were.
I texted you.
So when you say "from a window seat," I think of the song "From a Window Seat."
Never heard a song.
Which is one of my favorite songs ever. Anyway, do you have another email? Does anybody have an email? Anybody? Pharaoh? Anybody?
Do you want me to update anything? I will.
Okay.
I mean,
all right, fine.
Yeah. How do we know which email?
I have another email. FurCast, the cure to addiction.
What kind of addiction? Meth.
To the great hosts, co-hosts, and guests of FurCast, I am a brand new listener, so let me say hi. My name is Naro Lonka, and I am a North American river otter. North American river otter. So you're a tube. Cool. I only discovered this podcast just over a week ago, and after listening to the most recent episode, I immediately subscribed on my phone and began listening to the episode starting from number 1. I am now up to episode 14. I know I have a lot to get through, but I will, especially since I started listening to you while I work my overnight job, since I found that I can get through at least 3 episodes in a night. Wow. Why would you do that to yourself? 3 episodes of FurCast, like all at once, starting with our old ones? Fuck that.
That makes me cringe a little.
That makes me cringe. Like, God, why would you do that? As it so happens, I also quit smoking 2 weeks ago and have gone completely cold turkey. No patches, gum, or e-cigs. It is tough, and I frequently find myself wanting to violently rip the head off of the numerous stupid people I see in my everyday.
Well, who doesn't want to do that?
But I find whenever I get that familiar craving for nicotine, I find that turning on an episode of your podcast, oh my God. I find that turning on an episode of your podcast or working my way through the backlog helps me ignore the craving for such a while. So I wanted to write in and thank you for that sincerely. The now and hopefully forever nicotine-free otter, Naro Lonka. And yeah, well, shout out to you for quitting smoking. That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Good job.
Maybe we'll see them at a con. Hopefully not.
I hope you can stick with it.
Yeah. It'd be pretty great. Anyway, we'll let Farrah find an email to read and then kick it over to him when he's ready.
Yorkshire Deerfur. He's got a little tail. In need of help.
He's got a little stubby tail.
And
he has a thing for car headlights.
Can that be a fetish for deers?
That would no, that would be a fear. You'd be afraid of headlights.
Yeah, so fear fetish.
Whenever you see a headlight, you just get a boner. You're just oh.
Story of my life.
Oh, I wish I got hit by that car. Right in the fender. Yeah.
Turn on your
leaking coolant all over my dead body.
Turn on your high beams.
They just stare. They just can't get their eyes off of it. Obvious, there's something going on there.
Oh, those flashers, though.
They're just like,
Fair, read something.
Hey guys, or AYUP, AYUP.
AYUP.
I've never. What's AYUP?
It's where he's from.
It's where he's from.
It's like a saying, like how we say "yo dog." We don't say that.
Hey dog.
Hey dog.
It's kind of like when somebody's from the UK and they say like, "Oh, my name," and then UK in the email, and you're just like, "UK? Yeah, I'm fine." God.
Or like how Canadians say "a."
So yup is AYUP.
Yeah.
Is from Galadeer or Gala, the deer for shorts here. So I'm learning new things of cultural difference here. But I also found out that British people get pissed off if there's someone that's not
Ike from the UK says cheers.
That's not true. I like regularly say that when I go out to eat with people, including several British, like, well, I shouldn't say British, just furries from the UK in general.
That you know, though. There's a lot of times that people don't like when someone says cheers to someone from the UK.
But that's a word that can be used anywhere.
Unless you're handing them a drink.
Every UK furry I see now. Just be like, cheers. Like, not even say anything else. Just like walking by. Cheers.
Piss so many people off.
I'll probably get murdered.
There's no guns in the UK. So
if that is a cultural thing, that's stupid.
What? Yep.
No.
Eh?
Okay.
What's Americans thing?
So it depends on location.
Fuck you.
Oh man, glasses intensify.
You can even see. I don't think you can.
No, I can see. I can see. No, this is just gonna be a mess.
Anyway, I've been part of the furry community and followed you guys on and off for years and decided now is the time for a decent email. I've never met a local fur. Mostly recently because my fiance is expecting my child. My child. Well, not our child. I feel my child's pretty greedy.
My child.
It's mine.
This is my son.
Well, you know what? It could not be his child. So, he specified. Make sure that they knew that it was his child.
Well, I mean, it could also just be like, my child.
Well, it could have been Greg's child.
It could have been Satan's child.
That was Satan's child.
That was Satan's child.
Can you please? I want the voice. We haven't done the voice in a long time.
Which voice?
You
Which
know
one?
which voice.
I know which voice.
You know.
Okay,
which
can we
voice.
not do it now?
You better have it ready.
Now.
You better have it ready when I'm finishing.
Okay,
this email.
fine. I'll have it ready.
Okay, good. Not that one.
Not that one?
Get that away from me. Get that away from me.
Why? It's creepy.
You have to read the whole article.
My child. Anyway.
I want my demon voice. Anyway, having moved from my town in the Doncaster to Sheffield, everything becomes more awkward when I'm struggling with getting any form of job. Well, at least for now. Don't get me wrong, I love my fiance, and I feel like one day she'll discover my furry porn stash or, alternate browser history. I use Firefox to fap, by the way. Chrome for the rest. That's ingenious right there.
Okay, I have a question. Why do people bother using a different web browser when every major web browser has an incognito or private window option? Seriously.
Because you want your favorites.
Yeah. Private doesn't save your history, and you want to go back to it.
See, exactly. I don't bother at all. The only time I use an incognito window is when I'm trying to get around like a cookie problem on a website. Other than that, I just fucking you can go through all my browser history, and it's like synced to all the studio machines.
You went through our old chats from 5-6 years ago, when you were going back in time to find our old chat logs.
Oh yeah, no, I have chat logs from like 2009 when I met Pharaoh.
Yeah. I loved the hysteria.
I keep all chat logs for everything. I have.
It was so funny. He's like hugs you, and I'm like, okay.
yeah.
Like he was so overly furry, and I was just like, yeah.
I found the chat logs of when I met Pharaoh, and I was like so happy-go-lucky furry, and Pharaoh's like, well, we could do the logical thing, and I'm just like hugs, and Pharaoh's like, yeah. There were so many cases but no,
I love reading the logs because they're hysterical.
But it was so funny to read the show, and it was just like Pharaoh, you should come over for the show, right? And Pharaoh's like, well, I hope I did good on your FurCast show.
And on the FurCast.
On the FurCast. Pharaoh said the FurCast. And then, by the way,
like the Facebook.
There were a couple of times where
Twitter.
you typed FurCast, but the C wasn't capitalized, so you weren't typing it right for the longest time. It was great.
You know what? Fuck you about that C.
Cheers. Cheers.
That's before we said cheers.
Yeah. But it was great to read through all the chat logs of when I met you. That was great.
Wags and licks. Fine.
That's pretty much like it was. I was laughing so hard because he had did emojis like that, hugs, licks, and I'm like, okay, have a good day. I was so blunt. I was just like, I don't care.
Oh my god.
You were mean.
I was not mean. I was never mean in our conversations. You were just about all the emojis, and I was just like, none of that.
I was just very beeline, direct with everything.
That's
oh my god! I was just that one line that you had screenshot. I was crying. I couldn't handle it because it was exactly that. Like you could feel the tone of me just. Nope, I'm not.
Wow.
Oh my god!
I want to see this. I want to see this someday.
Okay. Back to emails.
Nope.
It's all about that nope. Oh god. Still discovered my furry porn for alternative browser history. I use Firefox to FAP. I feel like a furry would use Firefox to FAP, by the way. And Chrome for the rest. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to being a dad as well. Well, what am I asking for? Well, I just really kind of want friends, honestly, that I can hang out with. Insert smallest...
so what would you like? I just kind of want friends.
Insert smallest violin playing here. A local furry that I can have fun with and help me from being such a miserable person at times. If there's a decent website, GIZ, jizz, guys.
Does that say jizz?
Is that a British term?
Did he come at the end of the
It looks like jizz.
He's like,
oh, no, jizz is with the J. So that's
true.
definitely guys. That's guys. GIZ, that's guys.
Unless it's an acronym.
It's a very weird British acronym.
Guys and zebras.
Guys and zebras.
Ooh.
I was thinking God Save the Queen, but I was trying to think of something with the Queen for some reason. I was like trying to make up something for I and Z, and I had no idea what I was doing in my mind. Because my mind was just like thinking like guys, and then I'm like thinking God Saves the Queen. Once the Queen did this, and my mind just went off on a tangent, to be honest. And I just went gone.
Thanks.
It's a Fox thing.
Okay.
I can't help it.
All right.
And anyway, loves, snuggles, and bubbles. Gala the deer. So I'm not.
GIZ refers to the airport in Saudi Arabia.
Is that what Urban Dictionary says?
That's what Wikipedia says.
No, you got to look what Urban Dictionary says.
You know what? I'm going to look what Urban Dictionary says.
I'm afraid what Urban Dictionary says.
It's probably like a stupid way to spell jizz. Oh, I'm on the private. What? Damn it.
Well, since you've taken so long, guys. British Geordie saying for "give me." Wow.
Wow. Okay. So there you go.
Giz a go is give a go or give me a go. Giz a drink. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right. Giz a clingy.
Well, that's interesting. You learn something new every day.
And then the next one down is human male reproductive cells combined with semen. Giz. You cannot spell jizz with a G. I'm jizzing.
It's also hair gel.
I'm really upset that the fact that someone put on.
Can I borrow some of your jizz?
Sure, dude. Hold out your hand.
Okay.
It's
no, I'll get it myself. Give me the two.
GIZ is also Turkish slang for girl.
Read this whole thing. Scroll down to 7. Read the narrative.
Yeah, just read it, Vero.
GIZ, hair gel. Hey man, can I borrow some of your jizz? Sure, dude. Hold out your hand. No, I'll get it myself. Give me the tube. Oh man, it just won't come out. Try stroking it from the bottom to the top. That always gets. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, dude, that's awesome. Copy of pie says gay.
Wow.
Sex
juice from a hot guy.
Juice from. Oh yeah, baby.
What?
I'm more upset that's
Number 9.
I think it's. Is it? See, I feel like the definition is.
Definition is destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. These are some pretty good ones.
I've learned a lot about British slang, though.
I am thirsty. Who's thirsty? I am.
All right.
But so because I'm curious now, how is this pronounced?
So off track.
Is it jizz or guys?
I don't know.
I think
It's whatever you want it to be, baby.
You gotta ask Siri.
I want to know the pronunciation. I don't know the pronunciation.
Anyway, so I have an email to read here.
Well,
new listener.
Didn't you want to add on to any
I forgot to mention I'm a new listener.
Wasn't there a website for British furs that was recently coming out that was to show all the British furs on the map? I remember seeing it somewhere.
Yeah, we never really answered his question. Like, he wanted us to find him friends.
Okay.
And then we just started talking about jizz.
I don't know. I know Pounced and IFPL, but those are, I think, only in the US. I'm not sure.
I don't know what the British... There's also that furry map too, by the way.
Yeah. Chrissy Cat in the chat room says jizz with a hard G. Or Giz. Like Jordy.
Oh, okay.
So it's Giz.
Giz. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So that's good.
I like jizz better.
No, because jizz is with a J, and I will argue that.
Well, in Urban Dictionary, it did say like a nickname for Gizmo, so it's Giz. It's definitely Giz.
It's Giz.
No doubt.
I would never call semen Giz.
So anyway, do we have any other suggestions for the website? Unfortunately, I don't know of one. But there are, if you guys go to, you can go to ukfur.org, and there's that. There's also forums. London Furs is a huge group, if you're anywhere near London. And then the other thing is...
one for Northern Furs, and I think that's where Yorkshire is in North UK.
Yeah, I know there's a Manchester meet group also that's on Fur Affinity. Yeah, really depends. Did they say where they lived in the UK?
Yorkshire.
The Pharaoh's looking over the email.
It says Yorkshire deer fur in need of help. So I would
Yorkshire. Okay, so they're in Yorkshire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a group there, if I remember correctly. There's a lot of furries in the UK, so I'm sure you could probably find somebody. I would just start checking like FA Facebook and also just the UK fur group in general. And the other thing is, even if you have to drive a little bit to get to like a meet, the thing is, once you talk to those furries there, you can actually say to them, hey, I'm from Yorkshire. Do you know anyone else who lives in my area? And chances are they will. The other thing is, if you can make it to a con, that would be huge. I'm sure you could meet tons of people who are from your city or your region. So, because there's a lot fewer cons in the UK as well. There's only like 1 or 2 major ones as well. So, anyway, so I have an email. New listener. I forgot to mention I'm a new listener. A friend of mine suggested FurCast to me. Anyway... do you have any fetishes? If so, what are they? :3. Mine are soft vor and cum inflation, by the way. So, what are fetishes?
Nope, I don't have any. None at all.
None at all?
Nope.
I call bullshit.
Not even one.
Oh, wait,
really? Not even 0.1?
What?
So, if I'm honest, my... wait, you guys...
Old people?
What? I think you're into age, you know?
What was that?
Nothing. What? I have no clue what you're talking about.
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
I think you like dicks.
Anyway, so mine would probably be... I don't know. You could honestly just go through my FA favorites. It's probably the best way to find out. I'm into tons of really weird things.
What's so strange is you never made a FetLife.
I'm not into BDSM.
What?
I'm not into BDSM.
It's not about BDSM.
There's more to it than that.
Oh, I could. I do have a Furries Extreme, though, and an After Dark Twitter account.
I have a Furries Extreme. Oh, God, I haven't been on that forever.
I don't have a Furries Extreme.
I do.
I have. You probably wouldn't. Furries Extreme is kind of a slower website.
Yeah.
Let's see. I am into like Hyper's one of my big ones, and yeah, get it, but not like muscle or anything like that. That kind of drives me crazy. I'm actually really fucking picky. But yeah, definitely check out my FA.
He only really likes
the big
dicks.
thing that I care about more than anything is body anatomy. In fact, it actually really upsets me when I'm talking. Actually, no. In fact, that's the thing.
I like it without really balls. I just like the dicks there.
Okay. I'm actually treating this seriously here.
No, Ken doll doesn't have a penis.
So
Ken dolls were you
really
playing
bothers me when I'm like talking with someone and I'm getting intimate with them and they just send me pictures of their dick. It's like I don't care. Like I want to see you, like your body and like who you are. I don't care about your fucking dick. I don't know. Maybe that's just because I usually don't find human penises very attractive. I'm not really into zoo stuff, although I do heavily support zoophiles. I follow a lot of zoophiles on my After Dark Twitter account, and that's pretty much it.
I don't support that.
And then you are into what? Pegging, pretty much.
Yeah, straight sex.
Yeah,
other things.
Straight sex.
It's really straight when someone's shoving something up your ass.
Are you into BDSM stuff though? I can't remember.
Yeah, kind of
with like females and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of into that.
You're kind of into that
world. I'm into that rocking world.
No, I'm kind of about that life.
I'm all about the dominant females.
Just very minor, like being tied up. That's kind of hot. I like that.
Do you want someone like whipping your ass?
No. I don't like that. I don't like that. Just being tied up.
Yeah, I'm not into like high amounts of like the whole dominant submission concept. I'm more into mutual like I guess intimacy and stuff like that. I really care about, including in my real relationships. In fact, I've actually had problems with that. Back when I did
I remember that when you were upset with people wanting to be...
Back when I did monogamy, I had a mate who wanted me to abuse him and hurt him while we were having sex, and I would not do it, and he was very upset with me. He was a fox. But yeah.
Here.
What?
What?
Anyway, but yeah,
my type.
it really depends.
If I was even remotely in that to the realm of sexuality, he's nowhere near my type.
I didn't suggest that at all.
Ooh, a lot of people have.
Naku points out I follow back. I always do follow back with my AD specifically because people who have locked accounts, that way they can actually message me even though they have a locked account. I do not ever read the timeline of my AD. So if you think that I'm following you just because my AD is following you, I'm not actually following you. You might want to message me so that I follow you with my main account.
You mean you haven't been watching the pictures I've been posting?
No, because I follow your AD with my main account.
0 out of 10 wouldn't suck.
Wow. No, I rated your dick 8 out of 10, and I would suck your dick.
See?
Wow.
I wouldn't, because you're like my brother, and that's...
Welcome to not cast, apparently.
Whoa, so this is like apparently incest over here.
Yeah,
No.
I wouldn't.
What?
No. I don't find you sexually attractive.
No, I know that. That's fine.
I don't find anyone...
Whoa, he had a fine answer for that really quickly.
I'm okay with that.
I, for the most part, don't find the human body very sexually attractive, which is why I also have a lot of problems when I go to have
You're
sex
forgetting,
with
too, the fact that I'm pretty much asexual here.
In terms of the human body, I'm pretty much asexual, too. It really depends, though. Like I said, I'm really picky.
You cannot claim the asexual act. How many? Like,
I'm actually C-sexual.
I can count like how many times I have sex, and it's
C.
never been me initialized.
Okay, I can count the amount of times I've had sex and actually been able to finish.
Ooh.
Wow, you have bad partners.
No, I'm very, like, I have to fantasize pretty much. Because I'm not,
You and Cart. No stupid tar legs.
What?
What? Nothing.
What?
That's different. Oh, yes. That's another thing I should mention. I am huge into tars. That's actually why I'm a furry. I would not have found the furry fandom if it were not for tars. I'm obsessed.
I think you're
tars.
copying Cart's answer.
No, I'm not. No. The reason Cart and me are good friends is because he heard me say that on a different episode of FurCast, messaged me to inform me he felt the same way, and then we became friends.
You and you four-legged freaks.
I love, yes, tars are awesome.
I love Cart.
Damn it, Cart.
Damn it, Cart.
Damn it, Cart.
The amount of fucking controversy that spawned from his stupid tour picture, too.
Controversy? It wasn't controversy.
It broke the internet.
Yeah.
Yes.
I helped him with that picture.
I know.
He like literally he would send me work in progress, and I would tell him like what parts of the anatomy didn't look right, and he would fix it. So yeah.
But no, I don't have any fetishes though.
Oh, Cart, I didn't say anything about you, Cart.
Was he here? Oh.
Yeah, he is.
Where is he?
It's interesting. In the furry world, I have a lot of really specific fetishes and stuff, but in the real world, a lot of my sex is really boring and generic.
Not.
With the exception of being homosexual.
Shut your face, babe.
The other thing is, I'm one of those people who I like a lot of the things except for sex. Like, I'm really into, like, cuddling or just taking a shower with the person or other things like that. And I know, shout out to Freestream, who's our video producer. He's sort of the same way. He's really into everything but the actual sex. Like, everything around it that is sexual, he likes. But like, in terms of actual sex, he's just like, eh.
Taking a shower with someone's definitely like
I
fun.
love taking showers with people. I do it regularly.
And you're conserving
I don't
water.
because it takes too much time, and then you're trying to clean, and then you're trying to get the yourself.
Oh, it depends on what kind.
Are
of
you trying to wash? Because if you're trying to wash, fuck that shit. Because I just want to be in the shower alone.
Hey, that's because tap water is slightly acidic.
Yes.
At my gooch mirror.
The gooch mirror.
That's patent pending.
Tap water is slightly acidic. It does not make a good lube.
It does not.
No.
Don't try it.
It is
Why
very.
would water ever make a good lube?
I'm just saying. I'm just for the people that haven't tried. Okay, just like don't.
Why would you think that water would make good lube?
I am
no.
What point in?
I'm never saying I thought it made
no, because you obviously tried it. Because you're speaking from experience.
No.
Yes, you have.
No.
What?
No.
Okay.
You guys are putting words in my mouth.
I don't.
Yeah, that's probably not the only thing that's going on in your mouth. So.
So honestly, can I just say though? I would just like to say right here that as much as I like taking showers with people, I do not like shower sex. It is not that fun.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's
Just
very
showering
uncomfortable
with somebody.
No,
is fun.
even if you have lubricant, it's not fun.
I never said you need lubricant. I'm just saying showering with somebody is fun. I'm not saying you have to fuck in the shower.
I regularly take showers with people I'm not sexual with at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like swimming with somebody, but you're naked.
Alone.
I shower alone most of the time. I take really long showers. I'm one of those people who I take showers with it like just on the edge of burning your skin. I love that. Oh, I love that.
No, I can't handle that shit.
I have the hot water tank in this house set on the hottest setting it will go at. Now, that's actually purely because it conserves water in the morning when everybody gets up and uses the shower, because then they mix in more cold water, so it uses less hot water. But I also did that because that way it has a higher chance of being hot enough for me to take a shower, because I really like that.
Really, really hot shower.
Yeah. So, you know. Oh, also rimming, I will only do that in the shower. Only. And only if it's like, you know, because then you can guarantee it's like clean.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it.
Whereas
like, other than that, like randomly like meeting up with someone and like getting into bed and then no.
The thought of it just kind of freaks me out.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I'm like, that's where poop comes from.
And that's the thing. Like, I can do more risque things in the shower, but at the same time, it's uncomfortable because it's in the shower. So I don't know.
I feel like I'm the most non-sexual person here because like I've never done any of those things and have no desire to do any of those things.
Hey, you got some free time later? Not really. I would never fuck you.
I would say the most sexual I am is online, and then in real life, I am not sexual at all, even in the slightest.
I don't know. I'm
like you joke about the pegging thing, but I've honestly only been.
What's interesting is I have two different libidos depending on whether it is like one of my interests or fetishes online and real life. For instance, there are times where like I really am not at all interested in any kind of porn online, but in real life I'm like going crazy, like wanting to be with maybe like a local friend that I know or someone that I really care about, or like, you know, a mate or something like that. And then there are other times where I just want fucking nothing to do with anybody, but I can get really into. It's interesting. Like I have completely separate libidos for each of them, and they both are vary depending. There are weeks where I just have no interest, and then there are weeks where I go insane. So, you know.
Do you remember that one time that we cuddled? That one time?
We cuddled?
Yes.
Really?
We watched The Matrix, too.
No, we didn't watch The Matrix. We watched Back to the Future.
No, it was The Matrix.
Really?
It was the first time I was ever over here.
That was Back to the Future.
No, it wasn't.
It was Back to the Future.
I'm betting $1,000.
I remember specifically.
No. Go back in your archives. I guarantee you.
Well, that was before FurCast.
Yeah.
That was before. Was that before FNT? I think that was before I ever did shows. That was a really long time ago.
A really long time ago.
There were days where I think it'd be kind of cool to be sexual.
It's like every day for me. Pharaoh.
Well, here's my question, Pharaoh.
Why are you rubbing your thighs?
Even if you're not sexual,
just his thighs are just turning.
I have a question, Pharaoh. Even though you're not very sexual in real life, do you at least have people in your life that you can consider or trust with intimacy? Like, do you have that even with your wife?
Yeah, with my wife.
Okay.
And her mate. I mean, what do you mean by intimacy? Because like I have friends that are close by, and I treat friendship more so as like a kind of means of, you know, never just touch. Only touch.
Oh God. Anyway,
I think it's just that awkwardness that I have with friends, more than anything else.
Honestly, I was actually mentioning that to
like
CJ recently.
What? Like about what?
Touching.
Oh, you think that's awkward?
No.
Oh,
well, for others watching.
For others watching, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
for us, no. That's just normal. Like I expect to be.
But
like,
I remember I mentioned that, CJ, to you once, how we know some people, and I'm not going to mention names,
Sozin,
who are like constantly making like all of their jokes are like making fun of sex, basically, right? Like it's all making fun of having sex or making fun.
That's kind of me,
but right. And
I thought you were talking about the story about.
But the
like,
reason
Sozin
I think it's
and
interesting
CJ.
is how can you actually go and then have sex when you spend your entire life making fun of it? Like that's the thing. Like these people are lovingly close, live together, and are just completely like intimate friendship, but they could never have sex because it's just a joke. And it's not that they can't have sex because they're not into it. It's just because they make fun of it so much.
Well, I thought you were talking about the whole story of like CJ and Sozin like making sexual like innuendos and stuff, and they're like, no, you can never. Like that's like brother sister. Like
yeah.
Well, I mean, there's certain friends that I joke around with, I suppose.
Oh yeah, like that's like us.
Yeah. Like we never do anything, but we joke about it all the time.
I know. I would honestly rather just jump out a window.
But I think that's kind of fun though. Is just like joking it with friends, like and be like, "Oh yeah, and like pretend to do a kiss,
pretend to like make out or like something.
Except for that one time when you did make out with one of your friends.
Okay, there was much alcohol consumed at that point, so
it wasn't me.
It cancels it out. It cancels it out.
I think it makes it worse. Because it didn't just happen once. It happened repeatedly.
Stop it. Okay.
Stop. Okay.
Stop. What are you doing?
That was the same day that I saw your penis.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
For the first time.
And like, I didn't even know you at that point.
I know.
Are we ready to
If we're talking about sex, do you know how many times I've walked into people having sex and not cared?
Oh yeah,
and I've freaked people out because
in rooms at cons, especially, like who gives a shit? It's just like, oh, whatever.
I think the funniest thing was I think I walked in on Zumaro naked and he like almost died. Like legitimately almost died because he didn't realize that like I was opening the door, so he thought he heard something at the door and got up in the room and he was naked and he walked in and like I'm not fazed by it because I'm not. It doesn't do anything. It's like it's nothing. So like he like.
Why are you yelling?
I don't know. Am I yelling? I didn't
yeah,
realize.
you're yelling really loud.
I apologize. You want me to talk softly?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds too.
Can you talk in your sexy voice?
Stop, you might turn me on.
Oh, baby.
Okay, continue your story.
Okay. I think it was the glasses. I think the glasses made me talk.
See,
louder.
I used to hang out with furries in a house, and no one wore clothes, so I just don't care anymore.
I've been to enough FurCons that like I feel like if people are changing or something. It doesn't like it's never bothered me. I've walked in on so many things at FurCons.
Like we're such a small community, and I just don't really think it matters.
I've walked in on so many things.
I don't even want to go there.
Are you ready to end this show?
I think so. I was telling my story because that was a funny one. I don't think I was in a pit. Excuse me.
You can still talk.
Zumaro almost died.
Yeah, Zumaro almost died.
So I forgot what con it was, but it was quite funny because I'm just not fazed by anything, and I've gone to enough cons where I've seen people like naked or something like that, and it's just people are more freaked out because I'm calm about it than they are. Like I'll just walk in and like just have like just no care.
Okay. I know you want to end the show, but can I just go off on a really quick side topic on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you were saying how like people get freaked out because you're calm. Don't you think it's kind of like a weird how there's like a not a standard, but like people think like if you see a penis, you're supposed to freak out. It's supposed to be gross or something. Like you're supposed to do something, but you're just like, yeah, it's a penis, like whatever. I don't know. I just think it's weird.
I guess coming from a straight guy too, like it's like, oh, there's a person naked. It's
like,
okay, wow, that's that's a person naked. Okay.
But then like normal people are like, that's weird. Like you don't think that's gross? It's like it's a penis. Like
it's a penis.
You have one.
I have one in my pants.
I feel like maybe I don't know. That's just my nature of just looking at anything.
Maybe
we've
just been we've been exposed to too much, so it's just. Nothing.
I don't know, but anyhow, like in that same story, like.
So would you be upset if I took like when we build the new FurCast studio soon? Would you be upset?
I don't want to see you naked.
If I, which we can do that because we have no restrictions on broadcast.
No.
But if we like, if I'm thinking about putting some bad dragon dildos on like some shelves.
Let's do an underwear show.
Yeah.
No
underwear. I don't know.
Actually, I would.
Short shorts.
I'm not a fan of.
Yes.
I already did short shorts and a wedding dress. I think I'm good.
I've been to underwear parties at cons, and they're annoying.
They just turn into sex parties.
No, it's not even that. That's the problem. Is they don't. They're really like annoying, and everybody just gets drunk and miserable. It's just terrible. No, I don't know why. I've never enjoyed underwear parties.
Didn't we have an argument about that? Like I walk into like the strangest sex. Like what was it? I think it was you or someone else that was laughing. Like how do you? I think it was with Meek or something like that. He's like, how do you walk into sex all the time? And I'm like. I don't know because I just don't.
No, I remember what it was. It was that you said, "Oh, I'm sick of people sending me dicks on Snapchat," and I'm like, "I never get dicks on Snapchat."
That was one thing. No, there was another thing too that like I think someone was complaining because I honestly have walked in on people having sex so many times, like countless times that I can talk.
I've only done it once or twice.
And like someone else is like, "How do you always walk in on people having sex? Like, why can't I walk in on people having sex?" I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's not like some inherited trait that it's like I sense it. I must walk in this room.
See, but it's happening. This is the difference between like some humans where that happens, where they're kind of cool about it, and like I feel like the furry fandom is like some people would be like, oh, we walked in on sex, no big deal, it's just sex, whatever, we'll just leave the room, fine. The difference is I've had times where like I'm with a bunch of friends, we walk into a room, blatantly walk in on somebody having sex, and they stop having sex and they're like, oh, hey guys, what's up? And we would like talk for like 15 minutes, just completely whatever, and then we're like, all right, well, we'll let you guys finish, we're gonna go out to eat, text us when you're done, and then we'll just leave the room, and like we'll have like a 15-minute conversation.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes into my story, which I really wanted to tell because this was a really funny story. Is for some reason I buzzkill like so bad too, and it's not even that I tried.
If I was in the middle of having sex and you walked in on it, it would buzzkill.
My dick would crawl inside.
You are so because normal people would look at that and they would understand what was happening. They would comprehend it. They would sympathize. But you like negate it. So there's like this energy transfer that happens that like you have like a negative sexual energy. like
I can back that theory up with proof. It's sad.
You're like so anti like you.
I'm not anti anything. It's
because most like I could go in and I could be like, oh, they're having sex. I sympathize with that. I've had sex before. I know these people very well. There's like that connection that happens where I understand what's happening. Whereas you like don't even know what's happening. You're like, what? What is that? Why are you doing that? And you just don't understand it. And so that it's like a buzzkill because it's like there's no sympathy. It makes the people who are having sex feel weird. They feel like they're wrong. You make people feel wrong, Pharaoh. I feel wrong when I'm around you doing this stuff.
You are the anti-boner.
I feel like Buzz Killington when it comes to sex. The story time, because here I got a good one for you that backs up your fucking theory.
Yeah. Do you want me to load the Pharaoh story time music again?
I would tell you that's more of an upbeat music, to be honest. I don't want
upbeat one. All right, I can do that. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
So, fuck you. I hate this one. Well, anyway, I can't do it to this one. It's just too. Just can you give me something that's like just normal?
All right, we'll do the old-fashioned one.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I need something new. I need something. If I do any music, it's just need like.
All right. How about this one?
No, this is all stuff we've done before.
It's all stuff we've done before. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I got one. How about this one?
Okay, I can do this. I'm okay with this. Just turn it down a little bit.
Okay, it's good.
All right, so to back up your story of negating sexual energy, so the story was in Zimara's probably gonna kill me for this, but I forgot what con it was. It probably was like FE last year or something. But I was in suit or coming back from suit. So I think I was like halfway out of suit already, or coming back after being in suit. So I come to the room, I open the door, and I guess they were doing something, cuddling or something naked on the bed or whatever, and they heard something at the door, so they thought it was maybe a maid or something, because I didn't make any noise. I was just like, the door wasn't locked or anything like that, so I just swiped my card, started walking in, and I walk in, and Zumaro was standing there naked, and like he had his shirt.
By the way, Zumaro is our web developer.
He had like just like his shirt on, and like he tried to like hide himself, and almost tripped and fell. So he's like, oh my god, and like tried to like hide because he was like scared that I'd get offended or something, and like I didn't even like acknowledge that he like was like thought I would be upset because I just walked in the room just nonchalantly, not caring at all. So he was caring more.
Hey guys, what's going on here?
No, it wasn't. No, I just like walked in normally, and like then there was like two people naked on the bed or something like that, and like I was like, oh, hey guys, and then like I just continued doing what I needed to get done, and they were so like, what is going on? Because he's not reacting. I was like, what? And I'm like, and then I started having a conversation with them. So they were all naked, and I just started having a conversation of something that was going on at the con, and they were acknowledging and talking back, but then it got increasingly awkward for them.
Oh my god.
So by the time again, I was just not fazed at all by any of it. So we were having a conversation, and then I was like, I'm really hungry, I'm gonna go get something to eat. And I think they were originally gonna I was like, I'll just leave the eggs alone, because obviously you were doing something, I don't want to like be interrupting, so I'm just gonna be in and out, and saying just something like nonchalant. So just getting my stuff ready, getting ready to go out of the room, and I was like, I'm gonna get some food, and they're like, well, there is no mood left in this room, and if there ever was one, it is gone now and not coming back. So I was like, oh, you want to go get food with me? And they're like, sure.
So, I don't think I've ever mentioned that story on the show, but I figured that was the perfect time for this story because this all did happen, and I can't remember who else it was there, but it was.
I feel like you've told this story before.
I think I have at some point or somewhere.
Didn't something like that happen that you at FCN with Meek?
I don't know.
No.
I walked in on Blueski naked, sprawled across a bed too.
Oh, it was MFF.
Oh, did I tell you the story of me and Blueski?
Yes.
Yes, that's a great story.
Yeah. It ruins everything.
It's because you're white.
I'm blue. Get it right.
So it has been a crazy episode of FurCast. I guess we're ready to end for this evening. Guys, remember, there is Maestro Pause tomorrow.
Someone said I craft NSW into SF.
Why can we move to segment?
But I'm just
transition. I know, but you always do that.
I'm reading the chat.
Literally, like we'll go into the news segment, we'll play all the news music, and then right when you're supposed to start reading the article, you say something
I wasn't ready.
The previous topic. Okay. Anyway, so there is Maestro Pause tomorrow, but there is no FurCast or FNT. Maybe Maestro Pause next week because of MCFC, which are all of us going to be at MCFC?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. That's going to be great.
All four of us, just a mess.
So yeah, if you guys are going to MCFC, we'll see you there. If not, we're going to go to AC. I go to FurPocalypse, and we also all go to MFF. So chances are we'll see you all there as well. But anyway, so yeah, MCFC next week. Hopefully we'll see some of you guys there. In the meantime, yeah, I guess that's it for the show. We might as well end it, and then we'll do some stuff for the post show.
I don't mean to turn things into safe for work. I don't try to. It just happens.
You actually can't help it. You can't help it, but you make things safe for work. You should say that in your job interview when you get the.
You just have this aura around you.
I'm a broken fox. That's what broken foxes do. It's that blue. It spreads. It infects others, and I don't try to. It just happens. It's like a bubble of negate.
Bubble of negate. Can that be your badge name? Did you already pre-run for MCFC?
No.
Perfect. You are bubble of negate.
Oh my god. I'm doing that.
Anyway. Well, anyway, so thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Remember to check us out on Pocket Cast, the app, which is awesome, and stay tuned to all of our social media. Guys, remember, we're very active on Twitter. We're also very active on the Facebook page, so feel free to like us and follow us on those things. And then after MCFC, the next show after that is going to be Friday Night Tech, and one of my really awesome friends is going to be on guesting, so that it should be really good. And since we canceled our other show last night, that means we'll have an extra super awesome buildup of content and music. The reason last week's episode is not on YouTube is because YouTube decided to mute it for copyright. So yeah. Hopefully this episode we won't have an issue with that though, so, you know.
So you think.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't just start singing like copyrighted songs.
You probably shouldn't. Anyway, I've been your host of this evening, Paradox, the Red Wolf.
I've been your negating Blue Fox host, Pharaoh.
I don't know. I've been your guest, Seth.
I don't know anymore. See, I'm negating the hosts.
I don't know. I'm CJ, whatever. I don't even know.
We'll see you guys at MCFC, and then we'll see you guys for Maestro Pause, and then the week after that. And that's a wrap.
It's your black paw.
Chicka what?
It's the safe for work paw.
No, the black one is the not safe for work paw.
No, that's the safe for work.
No.
Bye, YouTube.
I'm so sorry, YouTube.